welcome to the Opinion Planet podcast. This is your host, Nocam, and we're restarting for, I think it's the fourth time. These are your co-hosts.
Well, I thought we were hosts now, but anyway, I'm
Amadeus.
That's
right. Yeah, fuck. This is a communistic podcast now, so we all share the same burden. So
burden, power, everything.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm Amadeus Kyouma.
I am GymBagBob.
And we are the Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, that's a wrap. That's it, folks.
That's it.
We're
Beautiful.
Done.
Yeah.
First episode over.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you for tuning in. We'll
we'll jerk you off later.
We'll be back
or something
next
like
week.
That. Yeah.
With more technical difficulty. I mean, no one's here, so we can just talk about it if we want to.
We can literally we can talk about jerking off if we want to right now.
Well, I wasn't gonna talk about that.
Well,
I want to keep my secrets to myself.
Talk about that?
I mean, Jason, Nocam. You know
no,
what?
I don't really want to. All right. Well, somebody at least.
You don't want that to be the first topic of our new reboot?
No, I feel like it could be a little more intellectual, but I mean, we could. We just need to find what to talk about. At least one person. Just check if the podcast is sounding good. Just one of you guys.
Yeah, I can check right now.
Well, just make sure your audio doesn't come. Oh, great.
Yep.
All right. So.
Well, okay. We heard a little bit of feedback, but that's fine. It's all good.
Right. So now the audience knows that it works too, so they can't give us shit.
Well, they just need to know. All right.
Yeah. So I did. I forgot. So I opened up a can of LaCroix Black Raspberry, and it's RAZZ, as in Raz. And I am starting up a new tradition of destroying my life. So I have a wine with me as well. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. I think that's how you say it.
Get drunk on the podcast?
I might. I mean, it's not that much. It's just like a little less than a bottle of wine. But
I bought from a thrift store a wine for dummies book. It's all about how to be like a professional wine connoisseur type shit.
Yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
I want to get good with wines, or at least like have that be my alcohol of choice, because I'm not a strong alcohol guy. I can. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, that upsets me though, because I was that one day. It was like forever ago, a couple of years ago. Fucking yeah, it was like I was asking you to get a wine, and then I think you got like the most basic bitch, and I was like, did you? You could have gotten like Cabernet or something.
Yeah, I could have gotten anything else.
Someone else got that wine though, didn't they? You asked someone to get it, and that's what they.
Yeah, it was my mom. It was my mommy.
I remember one of them was Merlot. I think that's what
Merlot. That was the one that I wanted, because I got this Merlot steak sauce, and it was, I don't know, I thought it was good.
Jungle Juice. I think that was the other one that I got. I might be wrong, but that sounds right to me.
I think you guys didn't you guys drink that all? Not even get to drink it. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try it some other time.
That sounds right. Anyway, I don't think it's really too wild of a story, but we're back, like our host mentioned, for a fourth time.
I think it's great. I felt a little emotional opening up that the pop. Actually, it's a sparkling water for like forever. It's like it's over a year. Been over a year.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I kind of regret not getting a can of something myself. I have a Zippo lighter. That's the best I got for
Drink
like
the butane.
I will pass for now, but there will always be future episodes to return to where, if we get desperate for views, I can do a great many things.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest theme of the upcoming podcast is that the summer of 2026. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, summer of 2026. Podcast listeners, we'll tell you all about it once we get there. The summer of 2023. How exciting has that been for all of us so far? Has that been a fun one?
I actually forgot it was summer. I don't know. I jumped out of an aircraft like 2 times. That's about it.
Pretty exciting. That's more exciting than
it's
anything I've done.
normal exciting, at least for my current career. But
I just got done with
fuck!
a wedding. Don't swear. Okay,
I'm
I won't
sorry.
even try.
It was
No,
it
it's
was
okay.
on the wrong. That I was wondering why you didn't make a comment on the new. Oh, that's annoying.
What?
No, it's just it's on the live is on the wrong like preview window or whatever, because it's on the
Ah, I see.
classic
I see.
and it's on the spies classic, so it's just my face and it doesn't transition to anyone else's. So it was throwback to sweater girl, jacket girl. It was that episode where I deleted like you got your guys' faces. And I said I'm just gonna have my face on here, and then that just I think it was fate itself that just made that
Yeah.
whole thing just flunk out.
We should that might be interesting. So before the what was supposed to be the last episode, our final guest was this random girl and her friend, I think, if I'm remembering right, from a certain university. They had posted a flyer saying that they had lost a coat or some shit.
Yep.
I thought it was just one girl.
Well, one girl lost the coat. Was it just one girl that we were talking to, or was like she talking about her friend?
Yeah, it was
It's
just
been a
one
while.
person.
Okay. Anyway, this girl that was missing a coat, she posted a flyer about it, which is kind of fucking weird. So we decided to fuck with her and say like, "Hey, we found your coat." Oh, actually, we didn't. We're just fucking with you because it's funny. And then somehow we kind of managed to like convince her, "You should join our podcast for an episode, so you can like tell people about your missing coat. We're really popular. Don't worry.
I mean,
Your message will get out there."
we're good at convincing people, especially if they're not of higher intelligence, because they're like
Yeah.
because they were telling complete strangers about how and where they got their fake ID. So I mean, good for her. I mean, she has a lot of
What
faith in
the fuck?
people, but
The fuck? I have faith in people and that they won't report me for the shit that I do. I trust that people
well,
just don't care. But
yeah,
I mean, with that kind of attitude, like deliberately telling people that you have a fake ID, I feel like there's going to be that one kid that would think it'd be kind of funny if I fucked this girl's life
yeah.
over.
That I was tempted so hard to act like a Fed, like right after that, but I couldn't
Shoulda.
because we had to put her on an episode. We should have done that.
How did that turn out?
It's a quote unquote episode, but when we go live, we just start acting like agents. Like, yeah, this isn't actually live. You're gonna actually report to the University of so and so's police department.
Have questions for you. Your lawyer will be waiting.
You have to attest for yourself right now, unfortunately.
Um, so yeah, in other news, our last recorded episode, that was the Ukraine special. I think that conflict is still going on. I don't know really anything else about it.
Yeah,
We'll
I
talk
mean,
about
I
it.
have some interesting stories about it only because of the line of work I'm in, but
Go ahead.
there,
Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's some stuff I shouldn't say. I feel like
Come
a
on,
lot of
leak the classified
let me
info.
start
Leak the
leaking this
classified
shit. So I mean, it is public information that the hell, my computer just started changing when I said that. The feds are on to
Not
me,
good.
guys. I don't think I should. I don't think I should sing.
I don't think we should talk about it.
They're gonna no.
Yeah.
They want to silence us. All right, get the message out there.
But wait, have you seen that stupid like sound or it was like a radio station? Someone was like pretending that they were like an ex like military personnel and they worked on Area 51 or some shit. And then
I
like
feel like I've heard about
they
it.
sounded in distress.
Were they just pretty much trying to make it seem like the government was coming after them, that they're about to get like busted in by the feds or some shit?
Yeah, and then the information that they're leaking right now is going to lead to his death. And then he called back
Nice.
like I think it was a couple weeks later and like, hey, I'm not one guy who said that. I apologize. I didn't really mean it. So then, which made people even more concerned because it sounded like, it's the government making him say that.
Yeah. The conspiracy theories feed on themselves, and it's always interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Do you believe? Do you believe in any conspiracy theories? Like at least some of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's conspiracy theories that aren't really conspiracy theories that kind of came true that my dad believed in, like like aspartame, like is like really is like fucking bad for you or some shit. Like
Aspartame.
aspartame,
I know
the
that's.
artificial sweetener. It's actually, I think it's
Don't they put that shit in soda?
yeah, and like in sugar-free gum. It's labeled as a carcinogen now by the FDA.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. My
Here, let
buddies at
me.
the FDA. I love the FDA. While you look that
Yeah.
up, I want to talk about the FDA. During our hiatus, there was a couple of shows that I watched, and I think they were pretty informative. Um, Specifically, what was it? The opioid crisis in America, and how that kind of came to be, and who the big players were, and how the FDA played a part in allowing the opioid crisis to happen by approving the opioids because they're pretty much bought out. You know,
Okay.
top members getting swapped out. Yeah, it's corruption is always a fun rabbit hole to delve into. It's depressing, but it's kind of like, oh, this is a cool story,
Yeah.
and then you realize, no, it's not a story. These are actual people. It's not the lore.
It's actually
It's
yeah.
your.
It's real life,
Oh,
and it
yeah,
can happen to you. I think the funnest part is when you see live government corruption at your job.
yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's the I think that's the best part because you got a front row seat and you can't do anything about it, and
Are you gonna be
they can legally fuck you up if they want.
Are you gonna be the next whistleblower?
I was about to be. There's mold in my bathroom, and there's mold in everyone's bathroom, and there's mold everywhere. And there's this coworker of mine who called in. It's called I don't know. It's some like I think it's a contractor. Yeah, it's a contractor that comes in and like they work with your shit. And coworker of mine, they called for their bathtub, and they just kind of fucking they dug into it with like a long item or like a long fucking object, and they pulled it out and they're like, yeah, that's deep in there. We're gonna have to take out the whole tub. So unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do anything. So they're just like just leave the mold in the. I don't know. I mean,
Some
I don't want to breathe in mold every time I take a shower,
But like,
but
it'll just make you stronger.
yeah,
We'll go with
no,
that.
dude, I was writing shit down. Like I was getting ready. Like I was actually like considering contacting the press and shit like that. But like I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far I would have gotten, but I would have. That would have been
You,
a new project for me. Let's say.
yeah, I think I don't know obviously the situations, and I'm not the people that would be responding to your accusations that are clearly false.
Yeah.
But I think you could get something out there, and no one would care.
I mean,
Eh,
no, wait, hold on, because I have photo proof, I have written proof, and then
yeah,
I would have proof that I contacted them, and on top of that, there's another set of buildings that had the same issue, like a couple years back, and as soon as the press was like uh, contacted about it, they had to shut it down,
really.
and then they had to
Oh
yeah, and
shit.
then they moved the people out of there, and they had to put them in new buildings.
They
So
give more of a shit about it than I thought they would.
yeah,
That's
I
kind
mean,
of nifty,
as
actually.
long if they're
it's the
screwing
press.
over people, it doesn't matter. But if their public image is tainted, especially on this facility, because this is like the golden child of the government,
Yeah.
then
Oh, I wonder if our viewers think you're working at the fucking Pentagon or some shit.
probably
It'd be kind of funny.
I want people to find. I don't want people to find out, but they're gonna find out on their own because they already know that they jump out of aircraft. And they already know that there are buildings that were shut down like a couple years back. So everyone knows what base it is at this point. So
The dedicated people will know what base it is.
yeah,
So that's good.
the non-stolen valor guys,
Yeah.
which that has an interesting story in itself. I forgot how much we actually did. We actually have to talk about. That's kind of crazy.
Stolen
But
valor?
yeah,
Is that like a recurring issue in whatever area you're in, where like people
no,
constantly
that's
or?
just the Staff Sergeant Davis.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. We can segue that just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm on a different job once again. I think when we were last on the podcast, I was working at a manufacturing place, right way. I mean, you know, it was a pretty terrible place. Now I'm working for an internet company, and this internet company isn't the worst job I've had. I enjoy parts of it. Um, about last month, I was in Iowa for our training. It's just like how to do certain things, safety certifications. To be honest, it was a complete waste of fucking time. It would have been better if I was with more trainers during that month, but whatever. During that, there were other trainees, and we were at the hotel, so we kind of started talking. One of them wanted to join the military because he wanted to go to Germany and study how to become a nuclear power plant engineer, whatever the fucking word. Something to involve nuclear energy. All right, we'll just go with that. He wanted to join the military to help cover the costs for that, get some experience, go to Germany, eat German food, fuck German bitches. His words. Um, so he, text his what's the word, recruiter. He does the whole process. I'm not privy to it. All I know is that he's doing it. And then a while ago, I got a funny idea. What if I just have someone else text him as a recruiter talking about how he could be doing so much better? We just want to go over some things with you.
And you contact your lucky host over here, who just so happens
Yeah,
to be in that line of work and knows
he
some.
happens to know. Yeah,
So I can exploit it easily, even though it's in bad taste. But
this isn't funny taste, all right?
you
This
know
isn't
what?
funny
Just
taste.
give some background about that guy. All right, he's not like the worst person ever, but like
No,
I
he's
Was
think
not
he
the
the
he.
worst
Andrew
person.
Tate person, or was that someone else?
No, this isn't the Andrew Tate guy. The Andrew Tate guy, we'll get to him at another point. Um, this guy, he's young. He was the youngest person aside from me at training. He seemed, honestly, he looked like a fucking frat boy through and through. He didn't really give a shit about his current job because he was getting paid the least out of all of us. And it's just because of the area he was stationed out of, so he wasn't getting dicked by the company. But he's not the smartest guy. He kind of pissed me off. We were playing games in my hotel room. It was UFC 4, and I was kicking his ass. And he got pissed that I won, so he took some of my fucking chips, threw them on the floor, and crushed them, and walked out. So anyway, that's what inspired me to like try and fuck with him with this whole military recruiter thing. But this guy, I don't know. He's not the smartest guy. He's not a bad person. He's just kind of childish and seems like the kind of person that it would be pretty fun to fuck with because they will fall for it. At
Right.
least they'll take the first bait.
And at the very least, I I'm not the one to fucking take complete advantage of them and tell them to, hey, cancel whatever you're doing with the other recruiter and come to me,
Yeah,
and then just ghost them. I think that, as funny as that would have been,
that's more malicious. Yeah.
you're right. I mean, I didn't do anything malicious. So yeah, it was I called him. I had your other gracious host on the other line, and I muted him. And then uh yeah, just man, the other thing about the other problem with it is I think was I drunk for the idea, or was I drunk for the call?
You were drunk for the call.
Was I actually drunk? I would be. No, I think I was. Yeah, I was. I wasn't. I was drunk for the idea because I called or I asked the next morning, like, wait, what was that guy's name that I came up with? Because I texted him first, and then he called me in the morning, like before I woke up, and then I texted him like, hey, give me 30 minutes. I'm filling out. It was whatever it was. I was filling out Article 15
Some
paperwork, which people don't know. Article 15 is like military justice action, which means that you did some abhorrible shit,
Like really horrible, or just like kind of horrible?
It can be pretty bad, or it can just be you did something stupid consistently a couple times. So it could be like assault of multiple degrees, or it could have been he showed up late to formation like 5 times in a row. So it's
That's
just
pretty
like
unforgivable.
Yeah, it's a pretty it's a heightened punishment than just like a regular counseling. So I told him that, but I told him the specific nomenclature because I was hoping that he would look it up and then find it. Oh, that's kind of weird. Why is someone I'm supposed to be looking up to like having a meeting about his Article 15? But yeah, so I brought that up, and then I called him. Yeah, use this really thick Minnesotan accent.
Yeah. Well, you're not in Minnesota, so you're losing your accent.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I had to bring it back. So I mean, just in case.
I'm remembering now.
Yeah. I mean, my whoever's ahead of me will every once in a while say like, "I hear your accent come out sometimes." Like I guess it's just some things. It's just how I enunciate some things, maybe. But yeah. Anyway, I used a very thick northerner accent, and then
it was pretty good. It was pretty convincing, from what I remember.
I was telling him, or asking him about his different job opportunities. I was hoping he would bring up the nuclear part and Germany.
He did, didn't he? Well, he mentioned that he wanted to be stationed.
He said he wanted to do Seaburn in Germany. Maybe he did, but I didn't want to like go that hard on him at first because I still wanted to like keep playing with the idea. Because I wanted to give him shit for that because if most people don't know, Germany is decommissioning their like all of their nuclear reactors in the country just because of not in my backyard shit. Like everyone,
so there's not a good reason.
Yeah, so everyone's just afraid of nuclear reactors there. So I guess they're just getting rid of it, the most efficient power source known to man currently. But
bitches.
Yeah, I mean everyone's a bitch because nobody wants to put it in. So anyway, yeah. So I brought that up, and then as soon as all right, I didn't bring that up. Let me retract my statement so I don't like fuck up, and then people get confused and have to edit the podcast later. So, and then eventually I just brought up the infantry, and then I brought that up like 2 more times after that, and he's like, "No, I'm not interested, really." Yeah. And then, well, yeah, I also brought up airborne. He said he's not that interested, or he said he would do it if the opportunity were to arise, but he's not like specifically going for it. So I was like, "Oh, okay." So would you like? And then I asked him for the last time if he'd like to do infantry, and then he declined. And then immediately I just hung up. So that was the thing. It was supposed to be just like some stupid, like malicious recruiter that wanted a specific kind of MOS. Because if you're not, because there's some people that are like that. Like you're not infantry, you're nothing, kind of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then immediately after he hung up, I tried texting him about it, and he wouldn't. I mean, I called him a leg a couple times. I mean, it was it was kind of fun. And then I was on 24-hour duty, and then all of a sudden I get this phone call. I said, and there's like literally nothing for us to do, so I say fuck it, and I pick it up. And he's like, "Hey, is this the recruiter?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, well, this isn't." Yeah, well, you didn't want to do infantry, so. And then I just hang up. He's like, what about this infantry thing? I'm genuinely interested. I'm like, hey man, I was fucking with your friend. All right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a real recruiter. I mean, if you're genuinely interested, don't do infantry though. And then the guy goes fucking insano style and starts fucking sending me all this shit. Like, I'm actually a recruiter, infantry, airborne. What a great guy to give unsolicited advice to. I'm like, all right. And then I didn't want to like really fuck around with it. A, because I don't know what the fuck kind of connections he has, and B, I just didn't feel like it. And C,
Yeah.
it's also like interesting to see like how it goes when you like are a better person and then the other person just goes on a power trip. Because they absolutely thought that they like outsmarted me and like
Oh,
they got me.
see, speaking of this guy thinking he got me, I had the funny idea to text this guy. Text the recruiter, the actual recruiter guy number, just kind of fuck with him a little bit more just for the sake of it. So I got the screen messages right here. I asked him to who am I speaking. He just said that I can't text random numbers and ask them who they are. I just pretty much said, well, actually, I can. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? um, then I was just being more of a bitch to you. Pretty much, I just wanted to like say something to get his attention and make him like, what the fuck is going on? I said, stay away from my guys. I don't know who you think you are or what it is you think you can do. Whatever it is, I can do it just as well. Not only do I have friends in high places, I'm high as well.
Which has a
After
double
that,
meaning.
yeah, exactly. I was hoping he thought, like, okay, that's kind of funny. Obviously, he's got to be smoking something.
Right, yeah.
After that, he called me, and I wish I put you on the fucking recording to that. I could not take that call seriously. At first, he genuinely thought that I was, like, the other recruiter, and that I was, like, defending my guy from this shit.
Yeah.
But the more it just went on, the more I just couldn't keep a straight face and just started laughing and telling him, I'm helping you. Like, you're doing nothing with your fucking day. We both know it.
You should have requested FaceTime.
That would have been perfect. But no, fuck. I wish I remembered more of that call. I was still a bit sick, and also my memory's kind of shit. But after that, I texted him like the day later. Have you calmed down? I'm on leave, so if you have something to say, that's worth my time. Otherwise, go back to your miserable life. Um,
It sounds
I
like
tried gas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds
I
like
tried
projection.
gaslighting. Yeah, I tried just
Yeah.
convincing him I was National Guard. It was just back and forth stupid insults. It was kind of funny.
I like how
He has it.
I like how you
I
tried to.
around for any of either of these
Yeah, you were
instances?
around when he was calling me. Like you were leaving for work, and I was on the phone with him.
That's great.
You don't remember this?
No.
You're missing out. I was laughing. I remember me laughing hysterically and like I want to say goodbye to you, but I also want to keep this phone call going.
That's pretty good. Fuck.
So yeah, it's been a fun time fucking with some random people. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so I like what you said. Like you texted him like you're National Guard, and then like your proof of it is like, yeah, I'm sweeping rain or some shit. It's like, and then that was his definitive proof, as if he was a fucking detective. Like, yup, yeah, you're not National Guard for sure. Like,
He knows, man. He
yeah,
knows.
it's like,
I remember sending him the photo of like the highest ranked person within the National Guard and saying that this is who I am. It was just stupid shit like that. I don't know why he was still responding to me for most of it. He stopped responding after I sent one of those fucking stupid iPhone exclusive Bitmojis.
yeah.
It's just fucking stupid. I'm just holding my hand out. You know what?
I remember that. Yeah. Oh,
Talk to the hand, bitch.
yeah, exactly. My God, I completely forgot to check our chat, and there's nobody on per usual. I should have put better tags.
All right, I sent him another message. I wonder if he'll ever respond. I just said, "Talk to the hand, bitch. Grab your balls and be a man."
You
So yeah,
just sent him? You sent him that live? That's good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Maybe we'll maybe, maybe we'll get some good live content here. We'll see live how a he didn't even state his rank either.
No,
And
I'm
when
just
he
gonna call him private.
yeah, when you called him, didn't he sound like pretty young?
He sounded young to mid-age. Definitely not an older guy. Definitely not. He could have been. I mean, I'd say at the latest probably 40s, but that's. I mean, that's
Really?
you know
Because
midway.
to me
Midway.
it sounded like the other kid. So unless he put that other kid on, or your buddy, whatever the fuck that guy's called, on the phone, and then had him say something, but it sounded either like him or it just sounded like someone in their like mid-20s. So
He definitely could be.
what they have is sometimes you can go back and then just help your recruiter to like help recruit people, and you can do that at any rank, like especially lower enlisted guys. So I think that's why he didn't tell me what his rank was, because he was saying he was a quote unquote recruiter, but he was really just like a lower ranking random guy that just kind of wanted to get a rise out of me or some shit. Like,
that could be it, yeah.
Because he very well could be, you know, infantry and airborne.
Yeah.
But that's neither are hard to do, so I mean.
So yeah, we clearly haven't changed much as people. We're just evolving.
No, we haven't. What I like is that we're the same people, but we're interacting with with different people, and it's kind of like Always Sunny. I love bringing that up for some reason because it's just a reoccurring thing that I fucking keep bringing up. But you know, when they keep they ruin people's lives, essentially.
I mean, how many people have we gone through and they just refuse to speak to us? Granted, I think it's just the one person.
We have Joe.
As a group. All right.
He doesn't stop. I think he's just it's not a symbiotic relationship.
Parasitic?
Yeah, it's a parasitic relationship. He's just like, he's attached to it still. Because maybe that's what he's used to. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he's still talking to us. But
I mean, when I'm not speaking, he like actually converses with you because you actually ask him and can have a conversation with him.
Yeah, because
half the time I'm just talking out of my ass and just trying to say stupid shit for the sake of it.
Because I like, especially when we got him at first, he was like, that's when we got a rise out of him, like right away.
Yeah.
He actually like tried insulting me and throwing my daddy issues at me and shit like that.
He said a slur and then he immediately deleted it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Which surprised me because he was like, I don't know, he portrays this like ultra super like liberal, like soft kind of persona, and then like, oh, why would you say that? That's awful. Why would they do that to you? You know, kind of shit. And then he just says that shit.
Yeah, those people are closeted, man.
Yeah,
they're fucking.
I mean,
they're trying to act morally superior when they do the same shit behind closed doors.
Look, we have a white supremacist in the group I'm in right now. At least he can admit it. Like,
not in this group.
Himself a white supremacist?
No, I call him that because he essentially is. Just things.
Does he says. Like? Does he vehemently deny it, or is he just kind of like roll
he
his
admits.
Eyes at you?
He admits it. Like he's just on the nose. Like, yeah, I dislike certain racial groups, and then everyone just accepts it. Like, oh, okay. Well,
no one tries to fight him or like convince him otherwise. It's just like, okay, all right, cool.
We have a super diverse group too.
Nice.
So the fact that they just say that, and then like sometimes people will question him about it, and then all of a sudden everyone just goes silent and like, oh, all right.
Do you remember like what are some of the questions people have asked him to like convince him otherwise?
So out of the blue, the only reason why I like this dude is that he'll just ask me random questions out of the blue, which is what I used to do to people all the time. And he asked me like, what are your thoughts on interracial relationships? And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I don't really care. I don't, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I don't remember what he said, but he's like full-heartedly against it in the sense where he doesn't like he blames the white person for dating anyone from any other race because it muddles the bloodline. Then someone in the group that was Latino was like asking like, why would you blame the white person? I'm like, yeah, they brought up muddles the bloodline. No, it's just their fault, you know. And then they're in a interracial relationship, so what I have is an issue. Like, no, it's the other person's fault because you're not the white person. It's
What the fuck?
it's I hate that this is the topic that we bring up the first episode because it's so fucking
Hey, we got to talk about our batshit coworkers. All right, they're
yeah.
the people that we work with day in,
Hey,
day out.
I just want to say I don't condone it and I don't agree with fucking any of it, but
Yeah, we'll get him on here. We'll debate him. We'll change his mind.
I'm actually intrigued. Like he's he's one of the people that I would put on here. This guy and then the other guy that I smoked with earlier today. Smoked cigar, for fuck's sake.
Fucking nicotine addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, it's actually kind of interesting. The last episode that we did, I was nicotine free. I've been nicotine free for like 2 weeks. I don't think it's gonna keep up,
Hey.
but you know,
It's like my my superior says. All right, he's really good at quitting because he does it all the time.
Yeah, for 8 hours, and then you go back to
yeah. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I didn't start. I said it on the test, but on the test podcast, I didn't start smoking. All right, I just tried it out. I just tried out 2 in a row.
That's fair.
Because I tried the first one, and I was like, that kind of feels nice. You know,
one more just to see.
Yeah, let's just concentrate that feeling a little bit more. And that's great. My ShamWow smells like cigarette smoke now, and I hate it. So I gotta watch that.
That's depressing.
Yeah,
you're gonna be
it
that.
Is literally
that
just. I don't want to be that person. Like after that, I just took off all my clothes, and then I just I'm washing this shit.
That's pretty similar when I smoked my first cigarette. I started with vaping beforehand, but on the first cigarette I smoked, my friend from my 8th grade friend group, like we were hanging out with him again, and I was kind of miserable at the time. I used to be a pretty big elitist, like judging people for doing anything drugs related. But anyway, he offered me a cigarette, and I just said, "Fuck it, why not?" And it wasn't like that bad.
Yeah,
I kind of liked it. It felt, I don't know. Yeah, you can feel like a bit of a tug on your lungs, but the nicotine actually does kind of, I don't know. It's very faint, but it feels there's something, and it feels kind of nice. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks. The thing that got me to enjoy cigarettes, I think I've like only ever smoked 5 in my life, but just it looks cooler when you're like standing out in the cold, when it's snowing out and you have a cigarette. It looks cooler than hitting a fucking vape. All right, and one thing that I've noticed, the cigarette actually does give your fingers just a tiny bit of heat, just a little bit of warmth. That vape, it does nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It
so like one is
it
like
makes me.
What's that?
I was just gonna say it makes me feel like I'm in a movie, and that makes me think that I'm cool, even if I am not cool. So.
See, for me, it was like super base because I just watched Oppenheimer, so I'm like, I'm gonna try this shit now. Because the whole movie he was just smoking. Because like one part he's smoking a cigar, the other part he was smoking out of a pipe. The rest of the time he was just smoking a cigarette.
It's a great smoking ad movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a great tobacco ad, but yeah. So I did the Barbenheimer on the release day, and I ordered a shirt for it, but it didn't arrive in time, so I'll just wear it later. But it's like just like a Barbenheimer shirt, and yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know when the box office releases their information, but it's gonna be a big.
Well, I guess we can look it up right now. If you want to look up Oppenheimer or look up Barbie box office.
All right.
Unfortunately, I am not one of the Barbenheimer first times. Yeah, tomorrow I will be seeing both of them back to back.
Which is good.
Barbie records 2023's biggest opening day. Oppenheimer's the 3rd biggest.
What the fuck?
Barbie grossed $70.5 million in the opening day. Biggest film this year.
70 billion?
Oh, 70 million. 70 million.
I was gonna say, damn. I saw a lot of people there, but
holy fuck, our economy's fixed, man. We're good. Actually, no, not even close.
That would wouldn't that destroy our economy? Wouldn't that just make
70
it worse?
billion? No, I mean, spending money is how you make money. I mean, we spend like $900 billion on, the entire.
That would
US
just
budget.
like oversaturate the market, and that would just like make prices go higher.
No, if
Would
like
it? Or
that
am
many
I?
people
I think I'm
bought it,
retarded. I think I'm stupid.
for like
Whoops.
for a movie ticket, that's a good thing. All right, it's not like a physical product. It's just a bunch of people seeing this film real.
Right.
So it's just movie theaters get a fuck ton of money, the actors get a fuck ton of money. Um, surpassed Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which I've also been meaning to see.
All right. So
Yeah, so
this
far
is
Barbie,
from.
it's the
What's your
biggest movie.
source? What's your source?
Forbes.
Forbes. I have the Hollywood Reporter. All right.
Okay,
So,
all right. What do they have
female
to say?
fueled Barbie movie or Barbie started off with stupendous 70.5 million on Friday. Damn,
Yep.
I can't believe I'm one of those people that contributed to that. I feel proud of myself.
Hell yeah.
22 million in previews. All right. All right, that's so yeah, the 70 point it was a 70.5 million on opening day. Oppenheimer earned 33 million on Friday. What? That's a huge jump. All right, fuck people. Nobody, not a lot of people, not as much people as I thought had the Barbenheimer spirit.
That's
That's
depressing.
upsetting. That is resoundingly
You can't.
upsetting.
I don't give a shit if they're like not the same movie at all. They need to be watched on the same day. All right?
That's why you watch both of them, because they're two completely different movies. Look, I saw a lot of people, and I understand why Christopher Nolan was like kind of not too happy with it releasing on the same day. Mainly because you have people who watch Barbie and then they're all in like all this Barbie like get up and all that shit.
Oh.
So so then you have all these people like wearing.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but it seems like our host's audio has died.
I can hear it.
What's that? I mean, it's still on here. I mean, unless it's not working on the live. Shit. Well,
What?
Hello?
yeah, so then you just have a
I
bunch of
can.
people in like Barbie getup in a serious World War II oriented movie that is about just the gravity of world destruction or some shit like that. I mean, I'll have better words for it, but I'm in some wine right now, so I'm not that intellectual.
I feel like
I can hear you.
me.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you and I can hear him. I guess he's just not having audio. Can he hear either of us?
I can't hear him if he's talking.
I mean, he's not talking right now, but I heard him in the distance.
Right. No. I feel like
yeah.
a lot of people out there, like people aren't gonna watch Oppenheimer. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. If like Barbie, because I wouldn't personally watch Oppenheimer like myself.
What? So the thing is
It,
that it's two completely different movies. The whole Barbenheimer
yeah.
spirit is that it's like they're two opposite ends of the spectrum. People who go watch Oppenheimer wouldn't be the same people who would watch Barbie, and then vice versa.
Right.
So like I stepped out of my comfort zone to just be a lonely man walking into a Barbie movie, all right? So I expect other people to do the same. Step outside their comfort zone, watch a movie that's about existential dread, about how unstable our life is and could be.
I mean, yeah, you're one of those people that would do that. There's obviously people have done that. There's been a lot of talk about the Barbenheimer stuff on social media. I just mean, I don't feel like a lot of people would like actually do it. It's just like, I don't want to watch a girly movie. I don't want to watch a war movie.
It's less
like,
about the war though. It's more about the man and his creation and his
I don't know
emotions
anything
behind
about
it.
the movie. So
But
I just know that Yeah.
The whole spirit is that, yeah, I mean, people, two completely different audiences should step outside their comfort zones and
Join
experience something.
together.
Yeah, experience something that they wouldn't normally experience at a movie theater.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I know that a lot of people just did it for the meme, and then they're just gonna go to
Hmm.
one or the other, and most people are gonna watch the bright, pretty pink movie with clear feministic and liberal vibes to it. But that's not even a political statement either. I had no problem with it. It wasn't a bad movie, but
Um, does Ryan Gosling actually sing in it?
that would be spoiling it. But have you seen?
I
Have you seen? There's a musical Ryan Gosling's in.
La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land. Yeah, he sings in that one. Would that be
Yeah.
not be too surprising? I mean, I think he sings in it.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I've seen the clip of him singing the I'm Just Ken. So I just wanted to know if that was like actually a part of the movie or if
I don't want to
it's
spoil
not.
it, but if you, it's too new. I feel like, especially, or even if I say it here and I'm live, like the zero viewers, you'll know tomorrow. Which I think at this point
Fair.
you already know the answer.
Okay.
But yeah,
One of my coworkers, well, two of my coworkers, I guess, went to it yesterday as well, and they told me a little bit about it, but like nothing that would
wow.
spoil anything.
Okay. Uh, yeah,
They did not go to Oppenheimer though. It was just the Barbie movie.
you should tell them to die in a hole, or something to that extent. I don't know.
Well,
I
one of
thought
them is like absolutely obsessed with Barbie, the way that I'm obsessed with Bratz.
I don't care.
So
I'm
they were
obsessed
just
with
like,
World War II. All
yeah, so you went to
right.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but I still broadened my horizons for a different movie, for something that I'm not like totally in niche with.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, I'm making this sacrifice. Other people should too. That's my point. All right. But
I felt
yeah,
like I
I mean,
was
it's
dying for a second. Something came and like went into my throat.
like a bug.
I don't know. It just burns. And I
It's great.
was coughing.
He's has he been forcing you to smoke?
No, but I've been around a lot of people vaping recently.
All right. That's not super concentrated.
I mean, I was in an enclosed room for like hours with these people.
Maybe you should file a complaint.
Just write a whole complaint to every single person that was in my sister's wedding.
Yes. They were vaping at a wedding?
At the rehearsal, like we were in our lines. They were going over like, okay, this is this part of it, this is this part of it. Like almost every single person that was there, like as a groomsman or a bridesmaid or best man, maid of honor, like almost every single one was vaping, like the entire
Okay.
time.
How many
And
best
then
how many best men or maid of honors do they have?
there was two best men and then maid of honor, matron of honor. One's married, one's not, so they have different names. But
Was it like
then
one of each?
three. No, well, technically you only have one maid of honor,
Yeah.
but um, my sister decided to have two, and then her now husband had two best men because he has two brothers.
Okay.
So I didn't want to choose between them.
I would
And
have
then
chose.
one of his brothers is engaged to someone that my sister has been friends with since like elementary school.
Yeah.
So she just like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that, even though I'm not like best friends with her. Like,
Weird.
I mean, they're still
That
really good
is,
friends, but like, yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay, cool.
I mean, we heard you
I
before. I guess you just couldn't hear us
I
all of a
couldn't
sudden.
hear you if
I don't know what happened. So obviously, I have Discord on my phone at the moment, and no matter what I was doing, it wouldn't show that you guys were in the host's channel. So it wouldn't let me join, and it wouldn't show that you guys were there. Yeah, that you guys were
Oh.
there. So I just powered off
interesting.
my iPhone and then powered it back on, and then it suddenly started to work just fine.
I like how you like
Oh,
just so slyly put in that it was an iPhone. It could have just said phone.
No, I
he has
feel.
to make sure that everyone knows he's an Apple shill now.
My
Hey, I'm
iPhone
not an Apple
SE.
shill. All right, I have an iPhone SE. I have AirPods. All right, I have an Apple Card. All right, they're great products. All right, this phone is kind of so-so. It gets the job done. I want a different one, but I don't need a different one.
As an Apple shill myself, you are turning into an Apple shill. You're not
I'm not.
one.
I'm
You're
not an
not one
Apple shill.
yet.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not there yet. But as someone who uses a Mac for their work, and knowing that it's going to be more inconvenient because of all the extensions and extra bullshit you have to do. Yes.
um, I'm sorry. I was testing something for a second.
Great.
I'm not an Apple shill. All right, I refuse to be. I promise I won't be one. I do. Uh, I can definitely understand that they're more annoying to use. I don't know. Windows has just been. I've literally never touched Mac OS before. I mean,
I
unless
was
it's on an
just happy
iPhone
to
or
use it.
iPad.
I was happy to use it because it's something that's slightly seamless and it's not Windows. I fucking hate Windows, but there's no alternatives to it. At least any good, competent alternatives besides Linux. And
Yeah.
Linux, you kind of have to know some shit for. So
So
you're kind of
I
stuck.
never. I didn't get to hear the end of it. What were you guys talking about with the Barbenheimer?
Oh, they're
Was it?
talking. Oh, we came to. I was just saying that if I was going to step outside of my comfort zone to go watch a movie I wouldn't normally watch, so should other people, and step out of their comfort zone to watch Oppenheimer. All right,
Yeah, that's fair. They should.
man. Especially watching it, I would say if you're watching Oppenheimer, don't watch it in the movie theater nearby. Find like a legitimate IMAX.
The closest IMAX to where I live is like 500 miles away.
No, it isn't.
I believe it is.
That's not true. There's one. There's one
Like a
decent.
genuine IMAX theater.
Not that far away. Because I
I
remember going to a few. Yeah, we were also talking about how both of the bride and groom were bitch made because they ended up choosing two maid of honor and two whatever
Best men.
best men or whatever.
wait.
So
So
they could
there's only supposed to be one.
Yeah.
yeah they couldn't
Interesting.
One
they
Why?
couldn't
best man,
choose.
one best man, one maid of honor, and then however many groomsmen or bridesmaids you want.
Wasn't the no? Okay, that's the flower girl. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Then I don't know why.
Because
Rawson has
they couldn't
like,
choose and they're
oh, I
just
said
bitch
his
made.
name.
It's not like they're gonna know. All right, we haven't said any last names. His last name. I'm funny. Um, yeah, it was a pretty. I'm sure you guys were already talking about it. That wedding was pretty uneventful. I won't lie. It was my first ever wedding that I can actually remember going to. There was three highlights. I got to hand out pieces of paper to everyone. That was actually kind of fun. Just talking to random people. Do you want a piece of paper? Here you go. Enjoy the show. Um, watching my girlfriend dance with a 3-year-old child. It was very adorable. And yeah,
3-year-old child was the flower girl.
yeah.
No, it's just a regular
Otherwise,
3-year-old child that wandered in.
yeah. Yeah, they were just there. It was an interesting wedding. It taking place at a golf club, which honestly it makes sense considering the personalities of those involved. It's not the most egregious location. There's definitely a lot worse places that I've seen people get married. I mean, my fucking parents, they got married um, the gazebo near Roberts Park. I don't know if you guys remember that at all when that was still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they got married.
Fuck.
It's outside at least, but like I remember my dad telling me this like the week beforehand, the river had flooded due to a lot of rainfall. So a bunch of fish ended up on the land and they're all dead. So the whole fucking area just smelt of dead fish. So he
Beautiful.
bought
Great
like
wedding.
he grabbed 3 barrels. Well, this is like the week before. He grabbed 3 barrels and then grabbed all the dead fish and got all the dead fish taken away. But so much for that. I mean, they're still divorced, so should have done anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Should have just called off the wedding.
Yeah,
But
from the get go, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been here to talk about it, but it would have worked out better for that.
Fuck. Do you think so?
uh,
Genuinely? Or are you just saying that
Um,
just because you're like
would it? That is a good question. I don't know. I don't really talk to either of them. I have no idea if like I'm like a I don't know how to word it. Like that parent that has a child that hates them. Like I don't know if
yeah.
that hurts them at all, or if they just like genuinely don't fucking care. Like how you guys were mentioning, they just don't even remember like who the fuck you are or your birthday.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Um, I suppose I didn't tell you this. Like some months ago, my mom tried texting me, like sending me a fuck ton of heart emojis and saying, yada yada, I miss you, whatever.
That's something my mom would
Just
do.
out of the blue. I haven't spoken to this lady in literal fucking years at this point.
Well, you
Uh,
reached out that one time to her to see if she had any childhood pictures of you.
that was like, I feel like 5 or 6 months prior to before this happened, and she didn't respond. I do remember that. I was curious. I wanted to see if there was any childhood photos of myself. She didn't respond. However many months go by, she sends a text message. It's like, no, this isn't who you think it is. Don't text this number.
Great.
I don't know. They feel pointless.
It's
All right, I don't.
yeah, it's fair. I mean it
It's like with certain people that you know in high school, right? Do you really want to put in the effort because you guys used to be friends? Is it like really? You fucking care
good
that
point.
much? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family's no different. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
I
the
could see that. I mean, I don't like being bound into something just because, well, I mean, you were born into it, so you got to deal with them now. Like,
yeah, I
fuck you.
fucking hate that. That sounds awful. So many people resent their family because of that shit. I mean, you two, at least every
Yeah.
once in a while have
We're
like
prime
had family
examples.
get together.
All the time.
Yeah.
Not once in a while. I mean, at least for me. But by the way, I found a movie theater an hour away from you that has IMAX, literally an hour away,
What the fuck?
and they have an opening for Oppenheimer tonight at 10:30. So,
Molly.
No.
if you leave now,
Well, I mean, an hour away, we could go to the 9:10 showing. Oh, wait, no, that's staying. Okay, yeah, IMAX is 10:30. I see what you're talking about.
yeah,
Well, shit. I
you have
I've
to see
never
it in
seen a movie.
IMAX.
God damn it. Okay, what about tomorrow? What do they have?
Oh, and
Is it 10?
Barbie's in Dolby Digital too, I believe. So you have to watch it in Dolby Digital as well. So
Well, that's fine. I'd be surprised if Barbie was shot in fucking IMAX.
hey, don't. So like they have like regular showings for Barbie, and then they have Dolby Digital for Barbie as well. And
Wait,
I thought the Dolby was pretty fucking good. Like you felt the vibrations in the seats.
I don't see. So what I'm just looking
Wait,
up, it's just IMAX theater near me, and it's just showing that one place in that town that burns in the state that I live in Burnsville, Minnesota.
yeah,
That's the place. That's the theater you're talking about, right?
is it? Here,
CMX Odyssey IMAX.
it's the one that I
That's-
sent. It's in Edina,
Interesting.
like right next to Richfield. Burnsville. How far away is that?
Less than an hour.
We're literally geolocating your location right now, like triangulating.
Hey, I'm giving them a radius. It's
I mean, if
yeah,
there
it's
is
like,
one, is it AMC?
No, no, it just says IMAX.
And that doesn't make any sense. Just an IMAX
CMX,
theater.
CMX Odyssey, IMAX, CMX Odyssey. It's not an AMC theater.
Weird. I mean, there's one. Oh, what the fuck? That's it. Like
Okay.
I looked up CMX Odyssey, and that's the only one that exists. And it just says IMAX.
Okay. I know
I suggest AMC because I'm a shill for them, but
okay, we'll probably do that then. If you're fine with, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time tomorrow. I don't care. I have money that could be better spent, but like the Barbenheimer combo. I was right about one thing though. I was thinking like specialty IMAX theaters. Only 19 U.S. theaters have IMAX 70mm screens to show Oppenheimer as Nolan intended.
I know that's what I was looking up. I was trying to, but like I think the closest one to me is Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or one in Georgia. So I mean, and then there's a shit ton in California for obvious reasons, but that's what pissed me off because I wanted the real experience, but
yeah, where's
So what does that mean?
what?
What's
IMAX?
different? Yeah.
That's a great question, Jason. I'll let you take it away because you've actually seen a film in IMAX, so I can't really explain.
It's a huge fucking screen. The audio is it's immaculate. All right. So that's the emotional side of it, but the actual like legitimate side is that it's a film, it's filmed in film. It's not like a digital. It's not made in like a digital fucking format. Like they film it in real film. So the difference would be from watching IMAX laser projected, which is what I saw, or IMAX within the intended way, the 70mm, like actual like watching it on film is that you like film is better than digital. Like when you're trying to watch anything, like film just has a better quality because that's a whole different topic. I mean, it's real particles, fucking, opposed to like pixels and shit.
The closest genuine IMAX theater to us would be in Michigan, the Chrysler IMAX Dome Theater, the Michigan Science Center in Detroit.
That would have been a gang day.
That'd have been fun. We got to go there at some point. I want to see a genuine film IMAX at some point. But I mean, I still haven't seen either IMAX, so I'll go with. We'll do something with it. It'll be fun.
Laser projected is still pretty good. I think that was the first one that I've seen in IMAX. I'm sure that I've seen it in Dolby Digital before, but if I was able to watch Dunkirk in IMAX, I would have lost my shit. The audio on that was like good by itself, but
yeah, Interstellar. That would have been.
Oh my god, did he do that in IMAX?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, kill myself. What the fuck? He needs to do like a re-release of some of his movies, so we can do so we can go to Michigan.
Reddit, is seeing Interstellar in IMAX possible anymore?
No.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could rent it and like do like a watch party, maybe, but it might not be the 70mm.
The film.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they need the tangible film for it. Yeah. Damn. That's depressing.
I'm sure there's a way to do a watch party in IMAX. Maybe.
Okay, we'll have a fun time tomorrow. I'm excited for it. I haven't seen any movies this year in theater. There's only 3 that I really want to see.
Book the seats the night before.
I will do that after this podcast is over.
Sweet, because as soon as you get there, there's gonna be a long ass line, but you don't need to. I mean, you still have to go to the line for concessions. You can combat
Yeah.
that by ordering ahead, and then you
But
can just pick it up. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was a long ass line, mostly because it was opening day, and
yeah.
yeah, you
I
could
mean, it's
just
still
walk
opening
in.
weekend.
Yeah, and you can walk in, and you can either buy the tickets or you could just like have them scan it on your phone. You just walk in right after.
Yeah.
So it
I
was
mean, hey,
way easier. But what's that?
we could actually. I was gonna say, the last movie that I showed up like really early to because I wanted to get a good seat ahead of all the crowds.
Yeah.
There was like 4 other people in that movie theater. It was the Batman movie. It was I got there 30 minutes early because I thought, it's gonna be real packed and I want a
Yeah.
good seat. 3 other people.
See,
And then
that
the
was
movie,
But like it was a pretty empty theater.
it was also funny because it broke at the very end. Like the film, it started cutting and stuttering very badly,
oh,
and we had to wait like 30 minutes before your crush from fucking high school fixed it for us.
that happens a lot at that movie theater. It happens
Yeah,
quite a bit. That's fucking shit. I remember like
yeah,
even like when I was younger, like going to that movie theater, and that shit just happens. What a
that was the
dump.
first time that's
Really?
ever happened.
I've
Yeah,
never seen that happen
it's happened to
before.
me a few times. And then I remember that one time where we didn't we go to a movie? Yeah, it was Homecoming. Or no, it was not No Way Home. Was that what it is? No Way Home. We watched. Yeah, because my
We
brother went out and watched it without me.
Okay.
And then yeah, they didn't. Was it that movie? They didn't shut off the lights.
Yeah, that's right.
It
Fuck,
took
I went to see
it
that.
took
I
forever.
went
So
to
they
see the movie with you.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They have like all sorts of fuck ups.
Yeah, I forgot that I went to go see that movie with you.
See, that's just because of that. I always like look up, and then I have like this dread. Like I swear to God, if these lights don't come off.
All right, you've convinced me not to watch it in my local theater.
Yeah.
I will give it the experience it deserves.
Which, to be fair, when I watched Dunkirk when it just came out, I watched it in that theater, and it wasn't bad. But when the fuck are they going to get those seats? They have that in the entryway. Like, coming soon, but it's been coming soon for the past 4 years.
Never. It's just to
Yeah.
make people feel like, oh, okay, I'll come back here. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
have it next
Then
time.
get the new residents giddy about it.
How the fuck are these movie theaters in town even still in business? I don't understand it.
State theater, I have no idea. They make you stand for the flag. Which, as
Wait,
someone.
the
What's
local one does?
the state theater? Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they make. I don't know. I went to go watch No Way Home with my sister, and I said, fuck it, we'll watch it at the state theater. It's closer. So we
Yeah.
walked there, and it was cold as fuck, but I didn't have my car at the time. So we walked there, and yeah, it was weird. It was like this Chinese restaurant feeling. Like, I swear to God, there's a fish tank
What?
in there. Like, with like, it was like a koi fucking tank in there, I bet. It just had that feeling that there was one in there, and I think the arcade was closed down.
Interesting.
And then we went in there, and it was just like, all right. I mean, it's not like the most ideal viewing experience. And then all of a sudden, like right before the movie started, it was like, please rise for the national anthem. What the fuck?
What the...
And then I looked around, like I waited last second to go stand up too, because I don't want to be that one guy, but and then everyone behind me was like standing up. Look, I didn't want some like rowdy fucking middle-aged man to say some shit. Look,
I would have been that kid.
now that I'm in the line of work that I am now, like I can do that if I want. I could just say I hurt my leg. Yeah, I hurt my leg.
I'm in the military.
Yeah,
I'm in the military. I don't need.
I hurt my leg on a jump while I was defending your country. All right, pipe down, buddy.
Look at your country makes it seem like you're not from this country. That's even better.
Yeah, it's my version of this country.
Well, see, now you make me want to go see the movies at that theater, just so I can try and antagonize.
Just so you can get the shittiest experience ever. Watch Mission Impossible in that theater.
I've heard that's also a good movie.
I want to watch. Yeah, there's a couple good movies coming out this year.
Okay, I'll stand corrected. There's 4 movies that have come out this year that I want to see. Obviously Barbenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and then
Yep.
the new Mission Impossible.
No way, you haven't watched Across the Spider-Verse yet?
I haven't. I
I
have
was
not.
when I was on leave, I watched it with my sister in that movie theater.
Motherfucker.
It was pretty good. I thought it was a good movie. I love the
I'm
animation
sure.
whenever I watch it. And they have multiple versions of it, which I didn't know at the time, which is kind of cool. Where they're just
Multiple
like,
versions. Interesting.
yeah, they're just slightly different. Where like the lines are just a little bit changed. Or I might have just got, but I think that's an actual thing. Different, all right. Different versions of the Speederverse.
I love it when the oven is left on. I've almost burned down an apartment before because I forgot to turn off the oven when I was drunk, and
I remember
that pizza got cooked to shit.
I remember that day. Spider-Man fans exploded with excitement. Is that true or not? Just tell me. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they're just slightly different for like a couple different scenes. For like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For like 11 different scenes. So I think that's kind of cool.
I'm sorry if I'm a bit distracted at the moment. I'm trying to find the TV remote because I want to turn it off.
You can,
And I love modern TVs when they don't have physical buttons, so it's all just the remote. So you can
Don't
go
you
fuck yourself.
don't you have a Samsung?
Yeah, I fucking hate this TV.
I have an LG and it's pretty good. Like it has buttons. And the remote's really nice. Like it's like a
What
Wii
the
remote. So like, you could just literally just point on the screen and just click it, and it's so fucking seamless.
That sounds very nice compared to.
Dude, I
I
think
found the
it's like
ball.
specifically with your experience with the Samsung TV, it made me for sure know that I'm going to LG.
Well, I didn't find our remote, but I did find our cat's favorite ball. So
Your
I
cat's
can't.
favorite ball.
Oh my god, my arm is too fucking
Do you like
big.
the current preview of our
It's the
podcast?
three prison guys. Yeah,
Yeah, that's us. That represents us. All right.
that's pretty good. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't actually been in jail yet. I'm pretty old, you know.
Well, why
I've
is
done a
that?
lot of criminal. I've done a lot of criminal activities.
I've done 0.
Uh huh. Well, that's good. At least one of us here isn't a criminal.
I mean, I never said I wasn't a criminal, right? I've done some pretty heinous things on Omegle.
Sorry, Daniel. I really
Oh
would.
my god.
Sorry.
I
You
forgot
said
about that.
Omega, not.
I should have said
Omegle, not
Staff
Chick.
Sergeant
I'm
Daniel.
sorry. I haven't done many criminal things. I mean, you know, obviously I love the speed. Driving fast is fun, and the speed limit should be increased.
You
80 should
love
be the new
2
60.
speed and you love speed. So
Yeah. I've tried more substances that are illegal. Most have been pretty disappointing. You know what? Fuck it. I'll for the OG fans, obviously there was Carter's substances. Probably not going to continue that because I don't really think I should be dedicating like so much of the podcast's time to talk about something that can be said in like 5 minutes. But to give you guys a quick rundown, I have tried cocaine. It's pretty boring. I didn't really have that much of a fun time with it. I didn't take enough of it, and I was kind of scared to take it because you know in your mind you think cocaine. It's one of those big boy drugs. So I sniffed a very minuscule amount, and it kind of fucking stung. And I waited like another 30 minutes before I took any more. The back of my throat was numb. My nose was numb. That's about all I had.
do you think the media overhyped that drug?
Definitely.
Or do you think you got
Definitely.
like something that was a little like not too concentrated?
I mean, probably both. I've heard from people that even have taken a lot of it that it's just like, it's whatever. It's not that great.
Yeah.
I don't see why people can become cokeheads. I'm sure there's definitely a higher quality product. I mean, I'm in fucking almost as far north as you can get in the United States. So, from all the way from Colombia to here, I'm sure it's a difficult fucking battle.
Yeah, it's
So
so
whatever
you're
gets here
saying
probably isn't that great.
you got to come down here.
Yeah, and then I'll find the good shit.
Actually, that's not too far off.
All right, good to know. Fuck, what else have I tried? I tried Xanny bars.
Fucker Zany. Oh yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
know now.
Xanax.
Goddamn.
It was pretty boring of an experience, I'll say. I got really sleepy. That's about it. There was that's the Xanax experience right there.
I should just rename that Xanax experience.
The most like memorable part about it is if you can get past the sleepiness, you get kind of loopy. It feels like almost like blackout drunk levels of memory. But I have a few snapshots of me like talking to Molly and
Is he gone?
Well, I
Can
think
you
he.
hear him?
Fuck. Wait, are you here? What is happening?
What happened?
It's the FBI.
I think it is for this
Yeah.
occasion. Yes.
Yeah, he thought he finessed the FBI, but
I wonder if he realizes we can't hear him.
he's not. I mean, he's not trying to say anything that I know of. He should really not say it in the what the actual comments. You know what I'm talking about? The live chat. Yeah, the live chat. He shouldn't be.
Yeah.
He should be saying it inside the official. Should it be obesity? Yeah, it should be obesity.
Obesity?
Yeah, because that's supposed to be like for mods
Oh.
for the moods that nobody has. I swear to God, I'll do it.
What?
I'm just copying and pasting. Let me put it inside the opinions. If you're listening to this, you can go into our Discord and you can actually interact with us during the podcast. So, I mean, if you're so inclined. I just thought that was a very tasteful photo.
Yeah, it is. It's a great one.
Beautiful piece of modern art. It is your host truly, Amadeus Kyouma, putting a Febreze bottle, putting the nozzle in his mouth with the context of him acting like he'll spray it into his mouth that has some text that says, I swear to God, I'll do it. Explaining a joke is a lot like dissecting a frog. You understand the frog better, but the frog's dead.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you have a
Did I-
point with that.
Did I cut out again?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
God damn it!
It was like mid segment too. That was. I thought it was the FBI that was getting on your ass. Did it happen again?
Switch a
Oh,
little
okay.
more.
All right.
Sure.
Oh,
Whoa, we have echoing. What is happening? Thanks. Thanks for ruining the audio. So the rest of the podcast is gonna be fucked. We're gonna have to throw this entire podcast in the garbage now.
I had to grab a charger,
You
otherwise
laugh.
I will be permanently disconnected.
No,
I don't
fair.
know what the fuck is happening. My phone and Discord do not seem to be liking each other.
That sucks.
Like, okay, you know what? It's not even fucking worth it. I didn't even say anything that remarkable. I had interesting experiences. That's about it.
I mean, it's interesting. It adds an extra like spiciness to our content, so I don't really mind. But
I mean, what did I cut off at?
I don't remember honestly.
I
But
don't either.
we
I
were
took
beyond
cocaine.
cocaine.
I took Xanax.
Yeah,
Xanax,
Xannies. Yeah, we're talking about Xanax. Oh yeah, we
and then
did
I
the.
took
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
that was the Xanax experience.
I took MDMA as well 3 times.
I was trying
And
to. What's that?
you go first.
Oh, there's some. All right. You finish your thing because
All
I
right,
was gonna go into it. But...
I'll be quick. The 3 experiences. The first 2 of them were pretty pleasant. I didn't take much. I felt a nice body high. I felt very stretchy, like I had just woken up from a good nap. I felt fucking. I just felt good. The third time, I took a lot more, and that experience terrifies me to think back on. I felt
I
very
thought he was
shaky.
gonna die.
I was feeling. I'm glad that I have had a lot of experience with substances. Otherwise, I would have started having a fucking panic attack from just hyperventilating from how much I was shaking. But I
Okay.
started to feel very good physically in a way that I just can't describe. Like the most amazing your body has ever felt due to the amount of fucking serotonin that is being dumped into your brain. I don't remember much of that experience. Music sounded fucking interesting. I have very few snapshots. It's like blackout drunk levels of forgetness. I was retarded, to put it simply,
Hey,
mentally. Hey, I'll say it.
Hey, we
I
can't
don't
say
fuck. Fine, the one-time usage. I was stupid,
that.
and not in a funny way, as in a way that it feels weird. Like I have 4 separate videos of me saying pretty much the exact same thing. How much I fucking love this drug. This is my new favorite drug. I feel amazing. Oh my god. 4 videos, and I don't remember filming a single one of those. I don't
and
remember it.
and the end result is it is not your favorite drug.
It's an interesting drug, and I will try it again, just definitely not as much. It is not my favorite drug, despite what I said while I was on the drug.
That's crazy.
So, sober me has a different opinion of the drug. Um, you heard me send the fucking voice clips when I was on it. I haven't listened back to those. I don't want to listen back to
Yeah, one
those.
of
It
them.
felt
Yeah, one of them it was like slurred and it was like kind of obvious, but
uh otherwise, I mean, the only other person that can speak to how I was doing at the time is our other co-host, and you said that I thought I was gonna die. What,
yeah.
what do you mean by that?
Well, you kept forgetting to breathe. Like you had to keep reminding yourself you need to breathe for
what the
starters.
fuck? Jesus. What was he like saying it to
He would
himself, like verbally, like
he
I
would
need.
just keep looking at me like I need to remember to breathe, and then he'd like take a deep breath,
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
and
you were fucked up,
I don't,
man.
I don't remember that. I don't remember any of that.
That
then
would
like
freak me out.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
yeah, you
I mean,
like didn't remember anything during it either. Like
You
you got up at one point to go sit in a different spot, and then you moved back to the original spot, and then like a few seconds later you completely forgot you moved at all.
yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah.
I don't remember anything else.
You sound like you should have done that in public.
I,
Imagine turning
I
to a
don't.
complete stranger. Like I need to remember to breathe.
That'd be kind of funny. I don't think that I know I kind of said to you like it'd have been funny if I tried talking to the recruiter guy while I was like peeking.
yeah.
I don't. That wouldn't have been good.
Would
So
you
I
have
don't know.
accidentally doxed yourself?
Probably I would have just. I don't know. Was I like coherent when I was speaking, or could I
Not
just like? Do
really.
you remember like anything of what I was trying to say, or no? Okay.
Not
I don't know.
really.
The only other noteworthy thing from that experience is like I'd say 5 to 6 days after that, I have felt pretty fucking miserable. As in just like I don't feel happy. Nothing really makes me happy. I just feel dead.
After that?
Physically. Yeah, after the experience.
Damn.
I just feel dead physically and emotionally.
I mean, that's how I
I
feel
get
whenever I get fucked up from alcohol, but
yeah. It. How long does that last? Because mine lasted like 5 days.
for me, if I get super fucked up and then like I wake up, like there's an instance where I woke up on the carpet
Mm.
and then it was like 3 in the morning, like, all right, at least I can spend 2 hours to go sleep in my bed so I can wake up again. So I'm like, fuck, crusty ass neck. And then I wake up again, still dehydrated as fuck and still slightly drunk. Or possibly, maybe.
Yeah.
Still under the influence, may or may not. Can't confirm. But
Yeah.
I kind of had to go to formation regardless. So I drove my Lincoln there and it was great. That was an interesting experience. And then we that morning we had to go back. Well, it's like we were going on a hike, but with backpacks, so we call it rucking. So we were with like 35 pounds in our backs, just like rucking that morning.
Nice.
It was pretty. It was pretty good. Like I'd actually prefer that rather than like running if I'm gonna feel like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, what was shit? All right, I completely like went into a different tangent, but yeah, I mean if I get fucked up to that degree, it'll last like 3 to 4 days of
All right.
like I'm not doing that shit again, and then like after that, it's like,
Okay,
all
I'll
right,
do
well
it again.
I'm not I'm not yeah I'm not too keen in my life right now.
Might as
I'm not,
well. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I just felt no. I felt very little happiness about anything. I just dead.
Man,
So
did
yeah,
that just like release a bunch of dopamine, and then all of a sudden it's just
it pretty
not?
much how the drug. Yeah, pretty similar. From my understanding of how the drug works is, it just releases a metric fuck ton of serotonin into your brain, so you start to feel incredibly happy and elated. I have very few snapshots of like me losing my like the feeling of when you jump into like a cold lake. You know that feeling of like when
Yeah.
you're losing your breath?
Yep.
I was having that exact same thing, but from just how fucking good my body was feeling, for lack of a better words. It wasn't, or I'll be a bit graphic with it. It wasn't like sexual pleasure, feeling good, kind of. I don't know how else to describe it. Your body just felt good, on fire. It felt pleasurable, not in a
If
sexual
you're
pleasurable,
if they're
but
the right kind of drunk, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
I
we'll go with
mean,
that. But
for like to a degree.
yeah, like to that degree, but ramped up a fuck ton to the point where if I focused on it, like I couldn't breathe because of just how incredible or how fucked I was starting to feel. Um, I remember my pupils were massively dilated. Uh, yeah, I tried looking outside and like it was a very white haze to everything, like heaven almost.
Wow.
I remember describing it on a Snapchat post. Everything looked majestic, as descriptive as that is. I know it's, but yeah. So long story short, that's probably like I'm glad in the moment I was somehow finding a way to enjoy myself, but looking back on it, that is the most terrifying experience I have ever had with all of my experiences. Even worse
Yeah.
than like my first ever experience. Well, maybe not that bad, close to, but I'll I felt more in control of myself on like 4 tabs of acid and really having a hard time speaking and communicating with the world. I felt like I could drive. On almost every experience I've ever been, I felt like if I had to be in a vehicle, I could do it and I could enjoy it. On Molly, I don't think I could have walked without assistance.
Is acid
Genuinely.
just kind of like a real life image filter?
Visually, yeah, I can say that's pretty close to it. Just imagine like colors pop more, and your brain feels a bit more childish. So the fact that everything is really pretty just fascinates you to the nth degree, and you
Yeah.
just look at everything like it's brand new. Like the coffee table that we have. I've seen that coffee table thousands of fucking times, but with how like cool it was looking, the brown, it was a really nice shade of brown, and the sun hitting it, it looked so fucking pretty. It was like the first time seeing it. It was amazing. You look at the world like you're a kid again,
I mean, I
at
get
least
that
visually.
sometimes without a
Yeah,
drug, but
yeah, it's like that, but the drug makes it happen for I'd say like 3 to 5 hours constantly, and
summer
then again, yeah,
it's
summer
summer
2026.
2026.
See, I've heard of people taking both LSD and MDMA at once, and that's intriguing but also terrifying to me.
Do
I
it right
uh,
now.
I can only do one of those.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe I will at some point, but it's going to be very small, very small. So yeah, it'll be fun to talk about whenever I do that again. But yeah, that's fuck, that happened last weekend, right?
Yeah.
2 weekends ago.
Last weekend is when I took MDMA. Well, a lot of
Was it
MDMA, I should
actually?
say. Yeah, last weekend.
What happened last weekend? I'm trying to remember what I was doing. 'Cause I thought that was, oh, I thought that was a couple weeks ago, but
I mean, fuck it. Let me just pull up my Snapchat memories real.
No, because I remember I had worked Saturday. You went shopping for my birthday presents. We got back. You gave me my birthday presents, and then you took it.
Yep, July 15th.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well that
I
was the
mean,
I got paid
I
that
mean,
I
Jason,
got paid last week, so
I'll send you a photo on Snapchat of like how much I took. Um, yeah. The only other noteworthy things, and this is the last time I'll mention this topic for now up until I have something more worthy to say. Uh, it tasted like pure chemicals.
interesting.
I was expecting that because every time I've tried it before, it tasted just like chemicals, but I didn't do a great job of crushing up the rocks. So it was like super strong chemicals, and I just didn't dilute it enough
Oh
with
shit.
enough water. Because that's also probably why it fucking hit me like a goddamn train,
Yeah.
is because I didn't dilute it at all. I took it like as a shot. And
Oof.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you would you recommend it?
Um yes. Uh but be smarter about it than like I okay. The previous two times I had done it, I had felt like very minimal effects. I'd felt good and I'd felt something, but I wanted to feel like a strong experience. So I think I may have overdone it just a little bit to like really see myself or test myself.
Right.
I mean, I made it through that experience somehow. I don't remember how, but somehow I did. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're very experienced with being in a state of mind where you will feel incredibly different mentally and physically, at least at that level, at least at that dose.
Right.
Smaller doses, I think you could fucking take it right now and you'd feel pretty good. But there will be that threshold where once you cross it, you start to I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the amount of like physical sensations you feel, you start to panic almost because of how fucking hard it's hitting you. My teeth were chattering. I remember that now. I wasn't cold. I I was actually sweating my ass off. I heard that that drug can do that. Like it fucks with your body's sense of temperature.
Right.
So I was sweating, but my teeth were chattering crazy.
Weird.
It,
So it was kind of like getting the chills when you're sick.
Kinda. I mean, I was also still like recovering from a sickness when I took it.
Yeah. okay. Yeah.
I'm sure that didn't make it any nicer, but
I don't think it would.
No, but eventually at least one of you will probably try it with me, so you'll have a little fun time with it. Maybe.
Give it like 2 years, all right?
I don't know. I think genuinely, I need to get you like a fucking. If you're gonna take it, have a stuffed animal with you. You need something to fucking cuddle or hold
Why?
because touching things is a way to like put the stimulation that your body's feeling to kind of express it, or I guess I should say channel all the stimulation that you're feeling internally. I remember one of Molly's crochet animals that she just made. I had a very fun time like feeling the texture, how soft it felt. The same with one of the squishmallows that we have, just like cuddling it, holding it, using it as a pillow.
Interesting.
You feel very childlike in the sense that you could easily be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You are not smart. You are fucking monkey brain. Yeah.
You think you'd get the same sensation if you just go outside and kill someone?
Not the
just
same sensation, but like
You hold
maybe
and
that.
cuddle their hair.
I wonder. See, I don't think it was adrenaline that was causing me to like catch my breath. I think it was just the feeling, whatever it was that I was feeling, that was causing me to go, "Oh my fucking god, what is this? I can't like, I'm having a hard time breathing because of how much I'm feeling." I think the amount of adrenaline that I get from like, I'm gonna guess like killing someone up close and personal, like fucking stabbing them or some shit. Like after the deed is done and they're dead and whatnot, the amount of like adrenaline coursing through me, I'd probably be like shaking. My breath would be very exaggerated. I can
As
see it.
someone
Yeah.
who's experienced large doses of adrenaline within this year, I mean, I wouldn't imagine I would have trouble breathing, but I mean, my mouth gets dry.
Yeah. Well, I
Or
mean, you're
like
breathing a lot
shaking,
more, right? You're breathing a lot more. You
I
need
mean,
to
yeah, I mean,
increase your intake of oxygen.
because you're shaking and shit, and yeah, I mean, it's
Breathing, it kind of calms you down. It can. That's
for me, it just overhypes it, or it just makes it worse. Like you
maybe
breathe,
that's why
and
you
like
should.
I take a deep breath, and like, oh, I'm taking a deep breath. That means there's something wrong.
Maybe that's why you should pick up smoking. I know for people that have anxiety, smoking can be okay. It's not healthy, but
I
it's
looked that
cathartic
up.
in this.
Right after I was
It's
done with it, I was like, I actually like felt at ease because I remember like for some reason, and it's not because like it's even before I even started cigars. It's like I just have this like constant state of anxiety of just like
Mhm,
always being on edge.
mhm.
And then after I smoked, it was just for some reason I just felt at ease a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I went for the second one because it was like, damn, it
That
actually
feels kind
kind
of
of like
nice.
it did something. Like it makes me feel a little normal. But then I looked it up and it's just kind of like it's not placebo obviously, but it's like it's just an effect that takes place because of the dopamine that's released.
Dopamine. I'm
It
not
was
sure if smoking actually increases or decreases cortisol, but I don't know. The other thing that I remember hearing about smoking is that it makes you regulate your breathing a little bit. So for people that like sometimes have panic attacks or anxiety attacks, where they start to breathe real heavily or
yeah.
uncontrollably, and the act of smoking can be a meditation in the sense that obviously if you're huffing and puffing on a cigarette, it's gonna fucking burn. So you have to take nice, deep, controlled breaths. I don't know.
I guess it's a way to like kind of channel that. There's definitely healthier ways by just breathing,
Yeah,
but
yeah, just actual breathe air.
yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, this podcast isn't condoning any of it, but I personally don't give a fuck. So do whatever the fuck you want.
Molly, would you ever smoke a cigarette to see how it feels?
No.
Really? What about
No.
a cigar? What about a cigar?
I'm good.
It's my brother won't even touch a cigar. He won't even try it. It's
What the
annoying.
fuck?
It's annoying because it's like
It's,
it's
he,
what's that?
Does he have a reason, or is it just I'm not a smoker, or
It's that. It's just I don't smoke.
so he
Uh,
drinks? Does he
He
drink occasionally?
he drinks if it's either like really light beer or if it's like like an apple teeny.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously,
I mean,
if
you're
you do
you're
it all the fucking time, it's bad. But
yeah. I
just
mean,
don't be an addict, and you'll be good.
if you do it at all, it's not like amazing for your body, but I mean, it's like
You go to fucking McDonald's. Obviously,
yeah.
it's not good,
There
but
we go. I mean, he eats a lot of shit. So I mean, at the same time, I mean,
if I ever see him again, I'll hit him up with that argument. Like, Nick, just take,
oh
buddy,
great.
but buddy, just take like a puff or two. It's like going to McDonald's and eating a Big Mac. All right,
Yeah.
I know it's not good. I'm not going to deny that it's not the healthiest, but it is kind of acceptable, and it is something new.
Yeah.
You can live a little.
I mean, that's better than just like unzipping his pants and taking his balls off or something.
You want to talk about that?
There's context to that, by the way. That's why I said that. But
Well, I can mention that story. Speaking of like our interesting coworkers that have very fun lives, one of the other guys that I was training with for my job in Iowa, the best way to describe him is that he's a big Andrew Tate stan, unironically. Um, he, believes in Tate, what he preaches, a lot of it. Um, he's not dumb in the sense that he's completely stupid. I think he just gets hung up on the wrong talking points. He's like if a fucking 2016-year-old anti-SJW guy never, broke off from that path and he just kept on going further and further. He's got some sense to him, and he's not a complete idiot, but I think a lot of the shit that he says is not based in reality or a very pessimistic, borderline misogynistic when it comes to women point of view.
very incel.
Close to, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he has some good things about him, but I would say that there are a lot of negative traits that he has. Anyway, he has part of my respect for something really funny that he did, and I've been copying, kinda, not the actual activity, but like saying it to people.
Yeah.
So he brought his roommate with him to watch his kid while he was, with us in training, whatever. His roommate's kind of a little bitch. I won't lie. He's just a fucking bitch boy. He complains about everything. He whines and complains about the most petty of things, and it's fucking annoying. Whatever. I don't remember what they were arguing about, and I wasn't there to witness this, but it was the Tate Stan's roommate, and the guy that we prank called about the military shit, all in a room together. I think his roommate was bitching about Magic the Gathering and how the deck that that the Tate Stan was using was like unfair. He just wasn't letting him play the game. It was just bitching and whining about a card game. So the Tate Stan pulls down his pants, grabs his balls while looking him in the eye, and says, "Grab your balls and give them a tug, bud. Are they there?"
That's still insane.
Did
he? How quick was it? Did he just let it happen?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask. Those would have been good questions to ask.
See, either he's fucking with you and he's lying, or he legitimately like committed sexual assault. And
all three of them confirmed it happened. All three of them say that it happened.
Either they're all three fucking with you, or
knowing who they are, it makes sense in character. The Tate Stan, he kind of tries to go for like, I got to be the alpha man.
Yeah.
Or there is an alpha man to, embody. So the alpha move is to show this beta what actual balls look like by physically showing him mine.
Oh, did he show his own, or did he take out the other guys?
He showed his own.
Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense.
Oh, you thought he was fucking great.
The whole time, I was under the impression he zipped down the other guy's pants and committed sexual assault. Grabbed his balls. You see these because it would make more sense because it
Yeah,
would be his
yeah.
own.
I mean,
All
I
right.
guess in court, I think it could still technically be argued as sexual assault.
That would be sexual harassment.
Okay, sexual harassment. Okay.
Sexual assault
Yeah,
is
so
hot
Phil.
spots. All right.
Okay. Hey, you're not allowed up there. Get down.
Are you talking
Sorry.
to a kitty?
Yeah, the kitty jumped on my PC.
Talking to me.
Yeah, you're not allowed. Anyway, that was a pretty exciting thing to hear about. Um, I understand why he did it because his roommate really is that little whiny bitch about just the most insignificant of things. He always was complaining about something or just talking about how unfair or you're not letting me play the card game. It's not that fucking
See,
serious,
if we
man.
could get that guy's number,
I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could get his number somehow.
get his
I could
number.
find a way.
I think we should have gaslighting sessions on here. Find a way to connect the calls to the live
Wait a minute.
podcast.
Okay, I might not be able to get his number, but I do have something better in mind, and I don't have to like personally ask anyone anything. We're gonna try this great platform called Facebook.
Oh, great. That's my favorite one to use.
Motherfucker, Facebook knows that I'm trying to search this guy. I don't like that.
Oh, shit.
All right, his bio is listed as entrepreneur. All right.
All right, that's all we need to know.
He lives in your grandmother's town that you used to live in. The place with that Chinese bakery,
yeah.
whatever.
My favorite town.
Random thought, out of curiosity, I wonder what some of these mothers would think if their sons were victims of the same behavior they were putting us through.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's a Jordan Peterson repost. It's a Tate repost. Oh shit, that is another Tate repost on Facebook as well. Alright. The reason why I was trying to find his account is because I guarantee he is friends with his roommates. Now the only question is if, you haven't privated that shit, I can see all of your friends, buddy. You done fucked up. It's crazy how much you can fucking socially stalk people. There we go, I found him.
Yeah.
That fucking easy. I found this guy.
All you need to know is their first and last name. And then they probably use their name for something.
Yep.
Somewhere.
Yep, that's him. That's the guy. Motherfucker, that is creepy.
You found him.
Gaslighting. Gaslighting versus respectful phrases. Gaslighting.
Right. That's perfect.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Respectful. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Gaslighting. That's not what happened. Respectful. That's not how I thought it happened. It's Yeah, this guy's interesting. I'll send his fucking I'll send the link in our chat. Obviously, I'm not going to dox this guy to you viewers out there. I kind of forget that I'm actually like talking to viewers half the time. Well, supposedly.
Yeah, I actually
we're talking
completely
to
forgot
viewers.
we're live, honestly, because I'm
it kinda-
buzzed and
It kind of just slips the mind.
yeah. Despite me having
But-
2 screens with live screens on it, but
It's pretty good. We're making interesting content for our first return episode.
do you think
We've,
I should at or follow him with my my extra account?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm kind of upset that I never like. Wait, by extra account, do you mean that account that you made of me?
No, no. I still need to like. I've been getting really good with getting shit done with customer service, so I'm gonna figure that out. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I forgot
the one
I
one where I
forgot.
straight up like I think somebody was asking, well, what bank should I go to in town, and I brought up like the U.S. bank or whatever. And I was
Yep.
like, yeah, I work here. It's like the best bank, and then I got like a couple people like that comment. So I probably convinced someone to join, presumably a shitty bank. So I'm probably I should contact him with this guy. The guy I'm referring, in which I'm referring to, I'm not going to say the name specifically because, you know, just in case we make it big, guys. You know, I don't want this account to be leaked because I don't feel like making another account. But it's an AI created face, It's great. I have a couple different
is pretty good.
emotions of him saved on my computer. Okay, I'm trying to find that post. Well, I was trying to do like weekly updates. I have him with his cat. Now, why am I trying? Somebody's gonna find this. And they're gonna like double check all this shit. All right, I'm gonna shut up about it.
Oh shit! Not to like be a conspiracy theorist and agree with your dad, but I just looked at the Facebook group for the town that we live in. It's a petition. Signed petition. Aspartame might cause cancer. Why won't Coca-Cola remove it from our drinks? It's kind of funny.
Oh shit! Did I X that out? All right. I had a study up by like a legitimate source.
Nice.
Or it wasn't. All right. I don't think it was a study, but it was like an explanation by a legitimate source of like who believes who, and it was actually the FDA that disagrees with the WHO organization, WHO, World Health Organization, and the FDA disagrees that it's a carcinogen for some reason. So
the FDA can be bought. The FDA are shills. They are not to be trusted. Fuck the FDA.
yeah, who says aspartame is a possible carcinogen? The FDA disagrees. This is by NPR.org. I mean, it's a .org. So
see, here's what I want to know. Okay, so who are the head of the FDA, or who stands to gain money? Okay, here's the better question. Who in the FDA has stocked in companies that have products with aspartame in them? That's the question.
that is a good question.
I mean, I
I
think
like how like
before,
90%, or like not probably 90%, probably like 40% of the shit that like governments kind of like, or government organizations kind of release, like this is factual, isn't actually factual. It's more based off of like, this is what's going to help me financially more.
Yeah. I mean, obviously COVID never happened. That was just a fucking
Yeah.
I won't talk about that. I won't talk about that subject anymore.
You're talking about what did they call it? It was like the pandemic.
The no pandemic. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
All right, this is our results do not indicate that occasional consumption should pose a risk to most consumers, says Dr. Francesco Branca, director of the Department of Nutrition and Food Safety at the WHO, during a press conference in Geneva. So it's the WHO guy who said that. He said the problem is for high consumers of diet soda or foods that contain aspartame. We have, in a sense, raised a flag here. Branca said, and he called for more research. So it's just a whole lot of nothing. It's just like, it's their.
If you overindulge, you'll
like with anything. If you overindulge, it might be a problem. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, NPR. It's great.
The WHO isn't American, right? WHO is national. Jewish? they got the Jewish money back.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get canceled. Actually, if we say that, I think I think they have stock in Spotify.
Probably. You know what? This is gonna be on Apple Podcasts anyway, so both of us are fine.
Obviously, Apple is owned by the boys.
Great. You can listen to this on Apple Podcasts now.
I'm gonna type in something that's gonna get me flagged on Google, but I want to see what they come up with. I'm typing in some real Kanye shit right here, if that gives anyone any idea.
Right. All right. Here, hold on. I'm trying to find my settings. How do I find
there
settings?
We go. The Secret Jewish History of Steve Jobs and Apple. Alrighty.
It's not like you're about to go into a huge fucking rabbit hole here.
Yeah, I am. Goddamn right I am.
I
All right,
feel like we
I
should do
can.
like a book report.
Yeah, I will stop myself before I even utter a single word from this article. But I I kind of understand why people enjoy doing this because I feel like it's the modern day equivalent to like primal hunting. You're not killing anything for food. Your food and fucking housing are provided for by the goddamn gas station that you work at. But you need something to kill. You need something to look out for danger wise, and if you have a girlfriend or a wife, you need to protect them from something.
Right.
So you research online these fucking organizations, shady individuals who, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised. Fucking New World Order, everyone actually is trying to kill you and mind control you and fucking assimilate you into the mass unity project, whatever the fuck.
Right.
It upsets me
Yeah.
that I understand why people can believe it so easily because it's kind of fun to like research this shit, especially when you find shit that like starts to click. It makes you feel like you're actually a fucking detective, and I love that feeling. You feel so smart. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I'm encouraging the fact that Jewish people run the world. I don't believe in that. Um, not yet, anyway. I haven't found any evidence to suggest otherwise.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's bad.
I'll
We're
believe anything. I'll believe anything if there's. I'll believe anything if there's sufficient evidence for it.
we are on the verge of
Canceled already.
yeah.
Hey,
Especially like yeah, with like earlier with the white supremacist guy and everything. Like again, I don't condone, but like
we were talking about an individual who does not represent us or our views. We were talking about him in a uh, condescending tone, as one
yeah.
rightfully should, for how stupid his ideas are. I am talking about how I can understand the mind of a conspiracy theorist and how it can be your own little. It's like the people that go to a casino and just sit at the slots all day. You know,
Yeah.
everyone has their vice. Some are just more fucking crazy about it than
Oh
others.
god, I hate casinos. Holy fuck. It's like a
You hate
it's like a fucking nursing home.
you hate
It's just
casinos,
more it's
really?
more sad than a nursing home. At least the one that I went to. All
Which
right.
one did you
Go
go
to
to?
one as a gang.
We should.
Maybe it would be better. But I went to one and it was just a bunch of old people just clicking the same button, hoping the next click will be the click. That the next one
That's
will make me big. And then it
that's
just
some
doesn't. You
fucking
just keep clicking
that's
it
the.
all day. You just stare at the screen.
Do you know what core is, Jason?
No.
All right, let me give you the definition. But um, I think if we went to a casino, obviously we'd go to the bar, have some food and drinks, and then blackjack. I think would be fun. But okay. Anyway, what core is and why I'm asking because it kind of relates to the old people just clicking the buttons. Formerly, core content on TikTok stitches together
Welcome.
seemingly unrelated clips, whether culled from news footage, social media, films, live streams, memes, or whatever else in the media ether, set to either somber music to convey new meaning and emotion through juxtaposition. So imagine fucking the core. It's talking about like how humans, as of late, have just become like sad, soulless, lifeless zombies. And what they do is they'd stitch together some clips of like say old people at a casino just hitting the fucking button, and then
Yeah.
they talk about how fucking people are depressed more and more. To get it's like a mini fucking film that lasts like 30 seconds. I don't fuck Ben Shapiro. All right,
I
he has
thought
bad
that was...
taste.
It's because it's a huge feminist movie. All right. So
Is it
he
a huge? Really?
destroys it for 43
Is it a?
minutes.
I haven't. I didn't get the idea. I mean, I guess that it's Barbie, but like, is it? Is it the big feminist movie?
It is, I mean, it's very feministic. I mean, it's
I mean,
very
I'm sure
very pro feminism, if that's your question. Which is, I mean, which is understandable. I mean, it's supposed to be like
it's
about
Barbie.
it's supposed to be about being yourself
Yeah, you're.
in a
I
woman's
mean,
body, you know? It's
yeah.
not for the
From what
men,
little I,
it's
I
for the
mean,
females, all
Barbie's
right?
whole thing as a doll is she can be anything.
It's
She
a
is,
movie for the women.
yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like why should I don't see how it's an issue for
I mean, we have
you're
we have
watching
Fast
a
and Furious.
movie for a specific niche group and then you complain about it because it doesn't
Yeah,
appeal to you. I don't know.
Well, we have Fast and the Furious. That's
Yeah.
for the car guys or
for
the whatever.
context, I saw this picture on Facebook out of nowhere because I was re-logging into my account, and for some reason it was like it was just somebody who posted that picture of that with like zero context, and I was like, no way, that's a real video. And it is. He goes on for 40. It's Ben Shapiro destroys Barbie for 43 minutes. It's 43 minutes of him, I guess, talking about the Barbie movie because I guess that it's that important to
Jesus
him.
Christ.
Oh,
I will watch Barbie tomorrow, and I will go back to that video at some point, and I will destroy Ben Shapiro on his fucking dumbass points. I got 2 questions real quick, one for both of you. Well,
Now
Jason, yours is...
the destroyer of worlds.
Soundboard funny.
that's it. That's what you're gonna do to him. All right.
Yeah, I'll find him. No, I didn't have a question for you, Jason. I was just gonna say in the description of our video, it says the current schedule, Sundays at 6 p.m. CST.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
What
and
was
then
that?
Molly.
Was that a question?
Well, it's Saturday, is it not?
Oh shit! All right, I just saw that. I was doing it quickly. It is actually Saturday. So if you watch that and see that in description and get confused, you're retarded.
Hey, I'm not the only one to use that word. Hell yeah.
Stupid. That's what all right, I'm a little tainted with my mind right now. So
No, I was
Saturday.
gonna quickly.
All right, I just updated it.
Quickly. Hell yeah. I was gonna quickly ask Molly if seeing Barbie open as big as it has is giving you any hope for a Bratz movie.
Wait, Barbie or Brat?
Well, if,
Yes, Barbie a brat.
Since Barbie is doing really well, it's blowing up pretty big. Biggest movie this year so far. If that gives you any hope that at some point in the future there's going to be a live action Bratz movie and it's going to be fucking gigantic.
I mean, there's already a live action Bratz movie, and it's not good. Like,
Yeah, but like,
absolutely.
Do you think they're gonna
terrible.
reboot it? I mean, there's been
I mean, I
other
kinda hope
Barbie movies.
so.
All right.
Yeah, there has
Well,
been. There's been animated ones.
Yeah.
Who owns the Bratz dolls again? Is it Mattel? Because that's the company that owns Barbie.
I don't think they. I know at one point Mattel owned Bratz, I'm pretty sure, but that's when they went like downhill, I think.
MGA Entertainment.
Yep, its products include Bratz, LOL Surprise, Num Noms, and Rainbow High. MGA also owns Little Tykes Animation. All right, so this is just the animation studios. No way that Mattel owns it too, because Bratz is supposed to be the competitor.
MGA in
When Barbie went to war with Bratz by the New York.
I just fucking clicked on the article.
That's great. Fuck. I like how we find interest in the same things. Who owns who owns Bratz? Like the fucking dolls. Maybe that's what I have to look up. MGA Entertainment. Still, what?
Yeah, I think that's an actual like
That's crazy.
toy brand.
The world's largest privately owned toy company. That's crazy. All right, so it's just MGA Entertainment. To me, that sounds like a movie producing company. So
I want to see who's the CEO of this company. I just want to see.
Is he bald?
MGA Isaac Larian.
No, he's not
Iranian born. Wait, he's
Iranian.
an Iranian-born American billionaire.
Go home. All right.
All right.
Joke. That's a joke, obviously.
All right. Our host, one of our hosts, is he's this political climate. It's getting a bit hot for our host at the moment.
It's bad.
All right, Isaac Larian.
Yeah, I swear to God, gonna clip that like 15 years from now. Like,
It'll be pretty good. It'll be
Yeah.
pretty good.
it will be.
He is 69. He has 3 kids. He went to California State University. How much is this guy worth? He is worth, according to the first website, $1.1 billion.
He looks like a fun guy to hang out with. Do you think you could hang out with this guy?
He looks so creepy standing next to other kids. I don't think he would be fun to hang out with. I think he'd be maybe he would be. Maybe.
We should have him on the podcast.
Wait, CNN did
Isaac
an article on
Larian,
this guy?
if you're out there,
From the-
if you're on the podcast right now, we want to talk to you.
Maybe this guy isn't a complete dickbag. From the slums of Iran to billionaire CEO of an American toy company by CNN Business.
All right. Yeah, so he's not. He
All
hasn't
right.
always been rich. I mean,
Well, let's see what CNN has to say.
let's see what the experts say first.
Yeah, the expert. Okay. I don't give a shit. Just tell me about Toys R Us. Wait, was this guy involved with Toys R Us? Oh, okay. He lost his $675 million bid to acquire the 200 remaining Toys R Us stores in the United States when they started to go by the wayside.
Wow.
He was hoping to save what was left of it after it had filed for bankruptcy, but he didn't get it. He never got it. Yada yada. It made me really sad. I was depressed.
That's sad.
If the deal with Toys R Us had gone through, he had planned to turn those stores into a mini Disneyland-like experience. When my kids were young, we would take them on weekends to Toys R Us. It wasn't to buy something every time, it was for the joy of playing with toys. You know what? That actually sounds like it could have been good for kids.
Hey, he's not
Like a
out
fun-
of touch. That's not bad.
Maybe. All billionaires are probably out of touch.
No,
They-
he's not
he
out
doesn't-
of touch. He's a good guy. All right. I have to
I
compliment
don't
him
know.
now since I told him to go home, and I was racially
that's-
charged. So
That's fair. You play the straight good man. I'll play the the
all
skeptical.
billionaires are garbage. And
I'm pretty much. I'm not gonna say that. I'm like the Kevin O'Leary of the group. All right. Actually, that's a bad thing. That's not good. That guy's a fucking dumbass.
ACAB and
Fuck.
all billionaires are bad kind of guy, you know?
All billionaires are bad. All
All
cops are bad.
millionaires. You know, anyone who
million-
has
No.
who doesn't have debt and is living in America, all right? You're a piece of shit.
I don't have debt.
I have car payments, so I have debt. So that makes you a piece of shit.
Well, shit. Wait, okay. Bratz's success was stymied by a legal battle with Mattel over who owned the brand.
Wow.
Mattel claimed the inventor Carter Brandt,
Oh, okay.
see guys,
Yeah.
developed the idea for Bratz when he was still a Mattel employee. What? He had the idea when he was still a Mattel employee. What the fuck? During the protracted legal battle, the court said MGA was not allowed to sell the doll, which hurt the company's sales. A jury ultimately ruled in MGA's favor in 2011, and the company began to sell Bratz again. He wanted to
Wow.
buy Mattel, but yeah, this man just wanted to fucking damn. He wanted to buy Mattel. Mattel is not interested in discussing further with you. Nice. Generates annual sales of more than $1 billion. He declined to disclose the profits. I can do whatever I want, and what I want is to keep innovating. Innovation is what's vital to our industry. I like the billionaire saying that I can do whatever I want. It's pretty good.
You
It's pretty
think?
good.
Would you do the same thing?
Oh, fucking absolutely, man. I would be no better than these people. I would be fucking building submarines and going to the ocean.
Hey,
Like, what the
everyone
fuck? I
at
might
the
as
end of
well-
the day, everyone's the fucking same. All right, we're a human.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I'll, make fun of them and say that they're moral pieces of shit and that they're what's wrong with the world today. But if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be giving people my fucking money. You didn't earn it like I did.
Yeah. You know what?
I
Pull
worked
yourself
my
up by
ass
your
off.
bootstraps. Even if you don't
Exactly, I
have
would be-
bootstraps.
You
Even if
just
you
fucking
can't
float in the
afford
air.
bootstraps, all right?
Just pull them up. Just
Yeah,
pull them
pull
up, man.
buy some and pull them up.
you can't buy it, then fucking get rid of the Starbucks and
Then
Netflix.
start working.
Yeah, work like I did.
Yeah.
My work is 430 times more valuable than yours.
Even
You
though
know what
they
that is?
they started with a small loan of 250 grand or some shit.
Yeah. I just work harder.
Yeah.
It's built different.
Like
I
7 years
honestly-
into his company, he's like, "Daddy, can I have more money?"
I can't think of like any billionaires that I would say have deserved it. Granted, I haven't researched extensively. I think Taylor Swift is technically a billionaire.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Do you think she deserved it?
Okay, at just 33 years old, the talented artist has amassed a jaw-dropping net worth of $740 million,
Almost
with
there.
projections suggesting that she may reach billionaire status in her 30s. Earned it?
She's not in her 30s yet?
She's in her 30s.
33.
Oh, that makes me feel old.
I don't. I don't know. As a musician, as a billionaire, I mean, yeah. I mean, fuck, you got a lot of people to like you somehow.
I mean, she is one of the biggest artists
No, she's not.
in this.
You should have went to the fucking concert. All right, there was, I want to say, over 1,000 people in that.
I've
fucking
only been to
stadium.
one big concert, and it was Smashing Pumpkins. All right.
Taylor Swift was fucking bigger. All right, it was the black hole from Interstellar swallowing fucking Earth bigger.
Oh, I don't doubt it, but I'm intrigued. I kind of want to see something like that, but
it was interesting.
It really was.
I'd say Taylor Swift. I mean, obviously, the fact that she has used or still uses her private jet, which obviously, rich people contribute more to CO2 emissions than like the next 50 million other middle class people do.
no, but it's your problem.
Obviously, it's my problem, and
Yeah.
she's not helping matters. But I think as a musician, being a billionaire, that's like the closest ethical way that you can be a billionaire, because I remember fucking Facebook won't shut the fuck up about it. How like Taylor Swift is bringing economic prosperity to a lot of the cities that she's visiting because of the amount of people involved with her performance, all the hotels getting extra revenue, all the fucking security guards getting hired, all
Yeah.
the fucking employees just because, she's performing there. So I mean, yeah, good for her.
Do you think Secret Service had to be there?
Not yet.
Hmm.
She hasn't like made it to the White House yet. Although that one fucking city in California was planning on renaming to like Swifty Clara or some shit in honor of her.
A lot of
Fuck.
towns have been like, while she's there, like changing their name to like a Taylor Swift reference.
Literally just
That's
simps.
gonna be a
The mayors are
bad
simps.
time.
Yeah.
Those
There-
mayors are
also, in-
fearless.
Yeah.
In Minnesota, there is a National Taylor Swift Day.
What the fuck?
All right, that's pathetic. That's a governor's.
That
seat.
is. All right, that's like the people that worship the CEO. All right, it's just sad. Just she's
Yeah.
a fucking person.
I think it's
She
because
has-
Minnesota is like one of the most frequent states he like visits.
Yeah, I'm
for, like,
sure it is.
concerts.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, like, we pride ourselves with being one of the most frequent states that she visits, and it's just like
Meanwhile, like-
by like one time
We
compared to
we
like,
mean nothing to her.
yeah.
We mean nothing. We're just the fucking $150 that we spent on tickets to go see her.
Yeah, we're probably like the 23rd state or some shit, and like, well, we're above 25, so
This is actually something I wanted to ask primarily, Jason, but I'm curious what your thoughts on are, Molly. The two big strikes. Well, the one strike that's currently happening with the Writers Guild Association.
they should give up.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And then also the Teamsters going on strike August 1st if a new deal isn't signed with UPS.
Oh shit,
Would-
I haven't heard about that one.
Really?
I haven't either.
Teamsters?
So, okay, the Teamsters is the name of the UPS union. They are pretty much, from what I understand of the situation, they are arguing not for the full-time drivers that already make $42 an hour. They're arguing for UPS's shitty hiring practices, where all the new people they hire, they only let them work part-time hours, so they don't have to, one, pay them more, two, give them more benefits. The average UPS new employee starts off making 16 an hour, um, and they do not get any benefits, and it's kind of a shit deal overall. So by August 1st, unless deals are struck, over 340,000 people of the Teamsters Union alone will go on strike. The UPS, I believe, accounts for 3% of world commerce. World commerce. Billions of dollars a day is shipped through UPS. Not to mention, it's not just the Teamsters, there are also the pilots as well.
Yep.
It's amazing. I love unions. I want them to go on strike, even if it fucks over a lot of different things.
No, it's actually called the International Brotherhood of Teamsters.
Hell yeah, that's even fucking better.
It's fucking. It sounds cool as fuck. It was founded in 1903, which is crazy because
I remember it has like mafia ties, or I was hearing something about that they have mafia ties.
yeah.
I want to look that up.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one, but that would make sense, especially around the time period. But I mean, it's crazy to hear that, like, how, like, especially people of the older generation say that, oh well, like, you know, unions is very socialist. Like, they've been around for a long ass time, man.
Good, if they're socialist, then that's fucking good.
Oh really?
I'm in complete agreement with both of these unions. One, the UPS workers, the fact that they should get paid more. I've worked a part of delivery service shit. It kind of sucks. The pay was good, but they should all be paid more for
You
the amount of
consider
shit that they have
yourself
to
a
do.
communist sympathizer?
No,
Why is that?
because I think there should be. Fuck.
All right, maybe that was too
All right.
broad and maybe too like expansive, but
My immediate thought when you think communist sympathizer is just like, we haven't tried it correctly just yet. We got to try it one more time. I think there are aspects of it. Well, I think I'd say more in line with socialism, social programs that are necessary, especially when you have the capability to do so.
okay, so
My biggest example is like cut back on the defense budget by like $300 billion. We'd still be like number one, but all that extra money could go to so much more social programs for people that are struggling to make ends meet, schools, fucking homeless people, sick people, healthcare, all that shit. It could be covered by our taxpayer money, but you know, that's not how it is.
why the defense
Because
budget?
make it bigger, you're saying?
No, why the defense budget?
Because
Well, you think we're not using it effectively?
No.
Because we're not.
Okay. 2023 defense budget for the fiscal year of 2023, the bill provides 136.7 billion. Wait a minute. Okay. On March 9th, 2023, the Biden-Harris administration submitted to Congress a proposed fiscal year 2024 budget request of 842 billion for the Departments of Defense, an increase of 26 billion over 2023 and 100 billion more than 2022.
The fuck are they gonna use it for?
$842 billion. That's how much money is being spent for the Department of Defense. There's obviously payroll, the fucking contractors that money gets sent out to, the CEOs, they get a paycheck. That money isn't going into the people that actually do shit for it. It's just stockpiled.
Yeah.
I think you could cut that number in half by like 300 billion. You know, we still have 500 billion is a metric fuck ton. I still think we would be the sword of the West, the sword and shield of the West. No one's fucking close to us except maybe China, and that's a maybe.
Yeah.
It's obviously, I don't think what I'm saying is. I think a lot of people our age have this opinion where it's just this country, there's no reason to be patriotic. It's fun to be patriotic for like the ideal America, where like America is the best country. We take care of our own and we'll fuck you up just because we want to. But that America isn't real anymore. It
I
died.
actually, weirdly, since I've been in this organization, I've been less patriotic. Like I didn't even step foot outside on 4th of July. Look,
Damn.
it's not like it's not like I'm a non-sympathizer. I just don't see the point in it. I don't know. It's just they screw so much
The
fucking
point-
people over. I don't really give a fuck.
The point in the military, or
It's just the celebrating. I get why, obviously.
I don't
I
think there's
just
been a
personally
legitimate
didn't
reason.
feel like it because I didn't feel it
Yeah.
this year. The patriotism. I just didn't feel it
I
as
don't-
hard.
That's fair. I don't think there's been a single reason to thank a veteran since fucking World War II. Obviously.
Wow.
All right,
Vietnam.
here's my reason for that. Vietnam, we didn't need to be in Vietnam.
Well, you need to thank the fucking people that were forced to be there.
No,
At the
I
very
don't.
least.
They didn't need to be there either.
Look,
My-
all
okay.
right. For me, I sympathize with them because they didn't want to be there, but they were forced to
Alright,
be there.
that's fair.
So you kind of have
That
to
was-
fucking, you know.
I don't have to thank them. I will condemn the people that sent them there.
I mean, I
I mean,
guess.
I feel sorry. They shouldn't have to have done that. It was shitty. It sucked.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you know, out of nowhere, like, all right, yeah, you're going to fucking Vietnam right now, like for like a cause that you don't really
You
care
don't believe
about.
in. You don't care. You just
Yeah.
have to, because if you don't, you're going to prison then.
Yeah, for a
It's a
country that's
shitty
gonna fuck you
situation.
over anyway. So I mean,
No, my reason for like not thinking that there's any reason to thank a vet unless they served in fucking World War II or whatever. Like the most recent conflict that America has been involved in, large scale, the Middle East conflict. What was the reason we were there? Trivia, anyone? Why were we there?
because of 9/11, of course.
And what did we? So, what were we there for? You know, what was the goal after 9/11?
To keep the terrorists at bay. All right, it was a war on terrorism.
Yeah, and like, how were we gonna accomplish that? By
By
Getting rid of Al
destroying,
Qaeda.
decimating them. All right.
them as in Al Qaeda or the entire fucking region?
What
Okay.
if they-
Long story short, I think we did way more than we needed to. I
What's
don't
that?
know. Hindsight 2020. Groups like Al Qaeda, I think, yeah, that's fair to say that they pose a reasonable security threat to America's interests, and as such should be dealt with swiftly. But I think, for example, like saying that Iran had weapons of mass destruction, that was another like egging on point for another reason why we need to get over there to stop this country that doesn't have our interests in mind from obtaining nuclear capabilities. That statement proved to be completely false. People knew that Iran wasn't close to weapons of mass destruction, but what they did have was a lot of gold, a lot of oil. I've sent you that photo before. I'm going to send it again just in case you forgot. It's not like a comprehensive argument, but standing on gold bars. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I don't know. I just don't think there's been like any necessity for war for any country, not just America. Why the fuck is Russia in Ukraine? Why? What do they need? What do they need from Ukraine
Land.
that they don't? Why?
Because
Why?
because they need more land.
Why?
I think that was the photo. I think that person. either it was a photo op. Like what do you think happened with that?
All right. Okay.
Just give a
All right.
guess, because I can
All right,
almost
that's fair.
guarantee that guy, like, if they even try to do some shit, they're, well, it depends on their rank, I guess.
My thought with this photo, and I honestly I could have been spouting the wrong thing the entire time, um, was that this was a vault in Iran that the U.S. obviously had access to after decimating a large part of the country, and so it's just okay, it's ours now. Look at me, I have all this gold in my hand. I'm trying to actually find um, like a context for this article or this photo instead of it just like a hit piece. Maybe there's something actually useful. The Muslim Times. Okay, I like this. Iraqi gold found by U.S. Army. What happened to it? U.S. seizes what maybe 500 million in gold in Iraq. Um, the Central Command, which headed the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq to depose President Saddam Hussein, and said soldiers found the bars while conducting a routine traffic control search of a Mercedes truck. The U.S. had found an estimated 600 million in U.S. cash in boxes near Baghdad palace complexes. Okay, I guess my whole point with this is that the U.S., while in Iraq for bullshit reasons, just happened to find like money and gold bars and said, "Oh well, don't mind if I do. Give me some of that money."
All right, so that's bullshit. I was trying to find. I mean, I was backward searching the photo. I couldn't find it or find much on it. Um, GaryHub.com. All right, I'm probably gonna get fucking a virus. No, no, not letting me. I gotta pay $1 for 6 months. Nobody gives a fuck about you. I don't even know who you are. Why are you trying to charge me money? The North Plate Telegraph, same thing. The exact same layout. So just for context, the nptelegraph.com and securityhub.com, they're owned by the same company because they're giving me the same exact safeguarded message here. Shit. I would like, that would be interesting. I might do research on this to find the original thing of this photo, because this almost looks like it was like maybe it was seized and then I don't know.
All I'm finding
I
from
could just
articles is
like,
just
I
saying
would
that
be hard pressed to find, unless they were like super high ranking and then they just had like ties with certain people.
all I can
And
find about this is that it was just two people in a transport truck that got searched by U.S. soldiers. They were told that it was okay, two occupants of the truck who were taken into custody told the soldiers they had been told the bars were bronze, according to the command statement. The two also told soldiers that they had been paid 350,000 Iraqi dinars, about 350 US, to pick up the truck in Baghdad and drive it to Qaim and turn it over to an individual. So, fucking, the US got lucky. They found Saddam trying to ship some money over to some guy or whatever, and they just seized the cash.
that would
Maybe.
be interesting.
So, okay, maybe it's not as much money as I was thinking. I mean, 500 million is still, and that was like 2003. So I'd say close to a billion.
I mean,
Maybe
either
a little
way,
bit less.
like seizing money and taking it for yourself in a different country, that's kind of crazy. But
I think the reason we were there to begin with was stupid. But
yeah, that was kind of crazy.
kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a little crazy, man. But I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm not like super like patriotic. Like, as in, like, we do dumb shit for no reason. And
Yeah.
then those people. It's almost just like a disconnect. Like you almost like forget like the people that like you're serving for. Like if you're a public servant, like
Well,
there's lives on the line and that shit,
mhm.
and you're doing it for your own like dumb political or financial gains. I don't know.
It's just trash.
It's
What's
interesting.
the last?
It's the greed of man.
Yeah. What was the last thing this country's done to make you feel proud of it? Feel patriotic?
Look, it's not that I'm like super anti-patriotic. Like I have obviously like patriotism, and like I prefer this country out of like fucking
A lot of others.
yeah 95% of the countries out of the world. All right, probably
Yeah.
98. I mean, if we had public funded healthcare, probably 99. But
Yeah.
but still, I mean, yeah. We should, what have they done recently to kind of fucking boost that?
We have an old man for president.
We always have an old man for president. We like every year it's they keep getting older. Like I think Trump was the oldest man for president, and then they had to jump to Biden, and then
That sounds right. Who is the youngest president of all time?
There's a video.
Theodore Roosevelt, 42.
There's a video as fact check, but it was just like it was just of Joe Biden just kind of like it looked like he was dozing off while he was reading on something. It was kind of crazy.
I still think my favorite Joe Biden quote is poor kids are just as smart and talented as white kids. That's still my favorite. It's so good. That's real. I'll send the fucking video.
I can't fucking I know he said that for sure, but I can't believe it. Like, as in,
he said it, and
how can you say that and then still like be successful in politics? Without like backstepping, unless he said. I guess you could have played it if you wanted to, because you could have heard it on the podcast. But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click it. No, yeah, it's from CBS 3 years ago, an article or a video. Will Biden's poor kids and white kids gaffe hurt his campaign? I guess it didn't. So
yeah.
There's also that good old video of him like creepily kissing a young girl. I don't know.
Hey,
it's just a bit funny.
Yeah,
it's just a bit weird.
It's just a little goofy.
It's just a little bit Pizzagate. It's just a little bit of Pizzagate.
I mean, that's a reason why pizza is a big part of our podcast.
Yeah, we're actually sponsors of the Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what Pizzagate is, at least, right? Or at least have some idea?
I have a vague idea what it is.
Okay, I'll take it. Molly?
I have no idea.
Let me give you
were going to be more verbal on this podcast. It's the new podcast. That's great.
I've been more verbal when Carter's phone stops working.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I realize that. I appreciate it. But I also do realize we are 2.5 hours in, and we're exhausting all of our topics.
Okay, this is my last main topic.
That's fair.
I am pulling this straight from the Pizzagate conspiracy theory page off of Wikipedia. Anyhow, here's how it goes. Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that went viral during the 2016 election. It has been extensively discredited by a wide range of organizations. Okay. The personal email account of Hillary Clinton's campaign chair was hacked, yada yada. Hillary's emails, we all know this. Proponents of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory falsely claimed that emails contained coded messages that connected several high-ranking Democratic Party officials and the U.S. Several high-ranking Democratic Party officials and U.S. restaurant with alleged human trafficking and a child sex ring. One of the establishments allegedly was the Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria in Washington, D.C. So basically,
Yep.
Conspiracy theorists saw these leaked emails and somehow inferred that Democratic officials were involved with human trafficking and child sex rings, and they were basing their operation out of a pizzeria. This was circulated on 4chan, 8chan, Twitter, Reddit. In response, a man from Northern Carolina traveled to the place to investigate the conspiracy and fired a rifle inside the restaurant to break a lock on the door during his search. The owner received death threats. Pizzagate is considered a predecessor to QAnon. That's another can of worms. Pretty much Pizzagate is like the Alex Jones type of conspiracy theory, where you hear about like the soulless Democratic Republican elites. They're there to eat your fucking kids and turn your babies into lizards so that they can control the world and mind fuck you.
Yeah. Yep.
That's Pizzagate.
I think since we are the pizza podcast, we are like required to host a podcast inside that pizzeria someday.
Washington D.C.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a sensitive subject to mention Pizzagate.
I bring it up to the workers.
See if they think it's funny. Maybe.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Are you a part of it? Let me check your back rooms. All right. Let's do a guided tour.
So Molly, how do you feel about the Pizzagate theory?
I don't really have an opinion.
No opinion on the Opinion Planet podcast. That's great. You don't even belong here.
Okay, then. Be that way.
I mean, you don't have anything?
Not really, no.
I don't know. I mean, at some point I saw some substantial evidence to like oppose that, like quite a bit of evidence. But I don't remember, so I can't really use that. So to my knowledge, it's real.
Alex Jones and InfoWars.
All right, immediately discredited. It is no longer real.
Fair
Right,
enough. Pizzagate is.
yeah.
Shall we call it a first episode? I feel like we've gone through a pretty, we've gone through a list of topics. We've talked. We've reintroduced ourselves to our viewers. We've gotten some more practice in with the whole talking, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry. It was making some really bad like static noises. But yes, yeah, I think we've gotten pretty good. I mean, especially in the beginning was fast paced because we had a lot to talk about, and we're getting into it. And it's been like a year. We had, was boiling over. Next week,
then we went to Pizzagate. Yeah,
exactly. First thing I want to bring up is that there was a live action Bratz movie in 2017. So
Yeah, I mentioned that.
I know that's why I was bringing it up. Is there was one in 2007. It received an IMDb rating of 3.1 out of 10. Very
Yikes.
high.
Oh my god, that movie is like absolutely terrible. Like
a lot of the MGA Entertainment movies seem to be bad.
Yeah.
Like the
I
most.
did want to ask you earlier at one point when we were talking about that. Have you ever seen or heard of the movie Life Size? Because that is like the original Barbie movie that's not actually like Barbie because they didn't have the rights for that.
Oh, I think I've heard of it in kind of recently.
It's like a doll comes to life.
They couldn't get their rights to it.
Well, they changed it to Eve, and she was pretty much like the Barbie in that movie's universe.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they're
interesting.
Like, yeah, because she seems like a very Barbie character, but like.
At the very least, she should have had a cameo in that movie. I mean, not that obviously I'm not spoiling anything, but like.
Yeah,
No, that I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know who that actor is, so I can't really say if she
Tyra
was in it
Banks
or not.
is Tyra Banks is the person that played the doll, and Lindsay Lohan is the girl that brought the doll to life.
Damn. You're very knowledgeable on Bratz items.
I'm knowledgeable about something at least.
Yeah, I mean you could bring it. We could tie that in probably next week. We could definitely ask our next guest tuberculosis next week Saturday at 6 p.m. CST about his experience with Barbenheimer. And
Hell
if
yeah.
he
Watched them.
is what's that?
Want to see if he's watched them?
Yeah.
He better have. He's gonna be the only one that hasn't, and that'll be sad.
I bet he's one of those people that only watch Barbie.
I feel like it'd be the other way.
No. He's not that interesting. He's not that intellectual. All right. He watched Barbie to like appease a girlfriend or something. You disagree? All right. Great.
I don't know him that well. So,
Of the last time. Stop coming in my beer.
All right. I think that should
Alrighty,
be.
ladies
Waiting for
and
the
gentlemen.
entire podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think that should
this
be.
is
Yeah, that should be the end of it. So thank you,
This
ladies
is-
and gentlemen, for listening.
yeah.
Even though there's zero viewership, like I kept
Hey.
checking, and it was there was one view, and it was just one of you guys checking the podcast. So thank you guys for listening.
there's gonna be someone that watches it back. I am one of your hosts, Amadeus Kyouma. Thank you for joining us on this first episode, one of many to come yet. Thank you very much.
And this is
Look.
your other host, GymBagBob.